Good day, mates. We are the Odd Set. I'm Haikal.
Wagwan, Mehdi.
What's up, Amish?
What's up, guys? Meet here.
Merry Christmas, guys. It's Nitin.
Woo!
Welcome back to another episode of the Premier League Roundup. This week, we don't even have to introduce our teams because we are all collectors of 3 points. All of our teams won. So,
Easy.
this is the last episode for the year, right? So we are
that's
also reaching the halfway mark of the season in just a couple of hours. The game week 19 will take place, but we will not be recording tomorrow night because this podcast is not paying us. So we will be celebrating the New Year's Eve.
Please, more people subscribe, please. Then we can reach 1,000, then hopefully get paid one day.
So do like this video if you're watching it on YouTube, and if you've not subscribed, it's already the end of 2025. What are you waiting for? The subscribe button is just like there. Then you watch. Then you just every week you come back and search for us. Might as well you subscribe. Then you press the bell. Then when we have a new video, it notifies you, right? It's easier, right?
Exactly.
So subscribe.
Sounds wonderful.
Subscribe.
Sounds wonderful.
Come on.
We are also on Spotify. So if you want to listen to us on audio, we are there as well. We will leave you all the links. Spotify is the same. If you go onto Spotify, you listen to us weekly, then there's a follow button. If you've not followed us, it's the end of 2025, guys. What are you guys waiting for? Follow. Done already not? Follow. But we would like to take this opportunity to wish all of you guys Merry Christmas first. And also a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, lads.
We hope
Happy
all
New
your
Year.
clubs do well in the upcoming year. Or if they disappoint you in a couple of hours, like Mitran's team might do so.
Hey, guys, it's Christmas, guys. Please wish me well, at least for this part of the year.
Hello.
This part of the year.
These guys don't even give me a chance, man.
Hey,
So
no. I will wish everyone happy. Like, hey, bro, all the best, all. Then I will kena. No, United game, yeah, United gonna lose. This gonna happen, that gonna happen. Walao.
But it's a tough game for your team, mate. Like, it's gonna
Yeah.
be tough, bro. Like, what you're up against. So, wish you
all
all
of
the
you guys,
best.
all of you guys watching the 4 a.m. game. Oh, another reason why you guys should follow us is I know there's a lot of like your UK content creators and all of that, right? But our level of dedication is different because we are watching games at 4 a.m., at 3 a.m.
Exactly.
and on a Tuesday because Man United are not in Europe. Then we have to watch it on Tuesday.
all roads lead back to United, lah. All roads.
at 4 a.m. So
Unfortunately,
our dedication is quite high. So we hope that you can subscribe and follow us and make us grow bigger in 2026. With that, since
Let's
all
go.
roads lead to Man United, let's take that road and go to Old Trafford for the first game of the week. Game week 18, Manchester United versus Newcastle. Before I hand it over to you guys, some stats that I saw online. Manchester United have never lost on Boxing Day
against
the-
Newcastle,
in,
right?
in history.
Oh,
Not
in
just
history.
against Newcastle, right?
Damn.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's in history, right, Ish?
Yeah.
So I was hoping that this will be the Boxing Day that Man United rewrite
Kena box,
history. But there were, of course, a lot of talking points for your team with Ahmad and Mbeumo gone for AFCON, and Bruno Fernandes was injured, and then Ugarte had a bad performance the game week before. So a lot of it seemed to point like Newcastle could take something, but you guys won all in the Jeremy Dorgu show, huh? It's not the Jeremy
They
Dorgu.
call it what? They call it a Bellon Dogu or some ridiculous thing they calling him now.
You guys, Nitin and Mitran, you all see not? 1 week, one performance, and then they're calling Bellon Dorgu and what?
Dorgu.
I like this kind of
But-
football puns, so I'll let it slide.
Nice.
Hey, but I've always said this though. This hate against Euro and Dorgu. I find it a bit funny because like,
Young
man,
boy.
at the end of the day, they are 19, 20, 21 years old. They just got into the league. They're getting hit hard, left, right, center every time they have one they make
Bad
one
performance.
mistake.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly. So, man, I was happy for Dorgu, man. Like, you see, he has the potential, and I get it. He's not going to perform 100% every game. But at the same time, we have players who have been there also not performing 100% every game. So I think this hate that they're getting is I think it's jealousy, or it's really like, targeted against them. They're still young, and I think Dorgu showed what he can do on the
Is
attack
this
and slightly on the defense as well. Yeah.
is
I
this
thought the
hate
first
like
half,
from
Dorgu started.
internally the hate is from the United fans or from like fans in general?
I feel is fans in general. Of course, as as a United in the United fan base, there's going to be hate as well by players not performing well. But I see this in general where like Euro not performing well. Other clubs will also hit on Euro, or not only
Yeah.
clubs, but the media will hit on
Well,
Euro, and like it's
the
just
manager seems to have an issue with Euro as well. We will touch on it later. But
exactly, yeah.
when it came to Dorgu, I think it was quite a surprise as well. I think like of all the United games I've watched, this to me for the first 45 minutes, right? This is your best right midfielder performance the entire season. I have seen Mbemo perform, seen Ahmad perform, right? But I thought Dorgu did exceptionally well, and he played on the right side, where he's always deployed on the left, right? First things first, the Pope visited Ruben Amorim. There seemed to be a change in the setup and the system. What do you guys make of the setup?
When you say Pope, not Nick Pope,
Nick Pope wasn't there. Maybe he was on the
Nick Pope
bench
was
talking
not
to
playing.
Amorim. Do you guys like the setup?
Ish, do you want to go first, or you want me to kick it off?
You go first, bro.
I felt that was actually flexibility for Amorim. It felt very secure. It felt like we had more opportunities on the ball. I felt like we actually had more control. I was a bit shocked because I truly did not expect that from Amorim, but he could see that it was working for 60 minutes of the game. I truly felt that it was working, and I know people were saying like, "Oh, there wasn't much attacking," but we were actually controlling the game, and we had chances. I think I said this before. I truly love the look of Sesko up front, and then Cunha or whoever is playing behind him has the they have the freedom to do what they are good at doing, and it was shown. Cunha could drive, Cunha could make plays. Sesko was doing well, I felt, even though he unfortunately he didn't get the goal. Almost he hit the post. But yeah, it was I felt actually very calm and relieved watching the team that first 60 minutes. Until then, Amorim decided to change back
make some changes.
back to his 3-4-3, right? And then we started getting shaky again. I guess, of course, the demands of the EPL being in that shape is harder to play. But also I think now I fully agree. We not that I fully agree now, but I think we really do not have the players to run that system that Amorim really wants to play in. But yeah, I think some of the players did very well. I think that first 60 minutes showed that United, we have players who can play. Not just because we are forced in the system or whatever. I was surprised even Ugarte was doing well. Of course he did make some bad passes for sure. But
I thought it was
defensively he was solid.
and then he picked up, right? Because I
Picked it
think
up after that,
starting 5-10 minutes, I think he like tackled, like mistimed it and then gave the ball away. But as the game went on, I thought he was
He set into the game quite. He grew into the game.
We look very malleable there. I think I felt that's the most important thing for me. It looks like we can play in a different system. And also I'm starting to realize how much improvement and how much important Mount is to us right now. And I think if he can keep himself fit, he's going to be a very, very vital player for us. Yeah, man. That's what I have.
Yeah, I completely agree with Haikal lah, right? Like it was I noticed from the get-go straight away the formation change, right? Not like the thing which they did very well because they needed to overload this Gordon. Because Gordon is honestly legitimately their threat lah. And which they did. So Dalo and this Dorgu was on him at all times. Basically he didn't have breathing space, not much breathing space. And the other person I would really like to shout out is my boy Eden Heaven, man. What a bargain for $1 million. I mean, it came from Arsenal last year.
Mitran's boy, previous boy.
Yeah, correct. It's his previous boy, and he's been with us for a year now. Basically, he used to play
How
in
much
the
do you
GW.
guys? How much do you guys buy him from
1 mil, bro.
Arsenal?
1 mil.
1 million.
Wow, 1 million.
Okay, and this guy, he came in, actually he used to play CD, centre mid for Arsenal, the academy, right? Then he came, that's why you can see like he can bring the ball up. His passes are good. He can make those like line breaking passes, take out like three defender, like 3 players with one pass, you know. And for a boy who came in, the first game he played against West Ham, then he got hooked in halftime one because he made some reckless tackle, got a yellow card. Then after that, the Bournemouth game, you can see him slowly settling into the team. And which gives us depth lah. So that is one thing that I'm very happy about. And Dorgu had a fantastic game at the right mid. What to say? Like, so apparently he used to play for Lecce at right mid as well. Sometimes once in a while. I was only there for like a year anyways. Overall, I like the flexibility from Amorim that he decided to go 4-back. And this 4-back thing actually has been coming already. If you guys notice this Bournemouth game, we were playing at 4-back. There were phases in the game. Sorry?
Also, sorry, Ish, how amazing was Licha, man? Lisandro Martinez was superb, man.
So good to have him back, you know, like he needs this kind of presence. And how are you allowed to win a header against Walter Mart? It doesn't make sense.
That was mad though.
Guy he really has this dedication, but sometimes I feel like he's too aggressive, right? Then he gets injured.
Typical South American.
And then sometimes he gets injured because he's too passionate sometimes. But wow, we really miss this passion. Then suddenly 6. But the thing which changed the game, I feel, was that the Mount substitution. It had to happen because he was injured. Not injured but they had a risk of injury. So once that happened, who came into the place was the Fletcher's boy, right? Tyler. Tyler. Correct. I think Tyler came in, right? Oh, Jack came in, sorry. So once Jack came in, right, he couldn't do the pressing as much. No criticism to him. I'm so happy. I'm so glad to see the boys. Like both the kids were in our bench. And you know, he did his best. I'm very happy with his performance. He's a new, like, second Premier League, first ever game at Old Trafford. Obviously the press that Mount provides, it cannot be done by him. Right, logically speaking. And so they tried this for 15 minutes. I saw, then they noticed that this is not working out because we are getting screwed in the middle. That's when they went to the 3-back. End up we had 6 defenders. We had 4 players who were like 20 and below at the back line. Tyler Fredrickson came on.
Convict Tyrell came in.
Tyrell came in.
After a year in the joint, serving his time.
Honestly, I would not. Like, no matter what happens, I still feel that Newcastle were quite unlucky with their shots. They were not firing. But Walter Mother got pocketed. Their midfield got crowded in the first half because of, you know, Mount's press and all that. But I will take this point because I'll take this win because we
so used to getting like 1.0 that you will take
every time that, you know. I'll take this win because it's not easy against the Newcastle side who actually have beaten us for the past 5 times we met them. Finished 10 places above us last year. That being said, their away form has been absolute garbage, and we managed to hold them. And yeah, I see maturity from the team. The last 30 minutes was panic station lah. Legit, like every ball that was going up, we're like, oh shit, corner. But then I have to also shout out to this Sandy Lamens. He came out, he made some good saves, and he's very confident on the ball. And I feel like all of these players, they are slowly settling into the club. And also we have to consider the fact that we are missing all our heavy hitters on the right side and all that kind of things. We are missing our best centre-back. So it was a performance to me which I was happy about. I like the flexibility from the manager. I also he took a cheeky dig at the press. He said, we have a clean sheet, 3 points, and Kobe is injured. So I guess we are done. We don't need to carry on.
Correct.
We don't need to carry on this conference.
And
I'm happy, man. I'm happy. I'm legit, like, I was... I don't know, I was just like rage baiting Newcastle fans online.
What's new with you, Aston Villa, Newcastle?
No, I was
He's
just
just
speculating. I said
being
there's only 3
practical.
concerts in life: death, tax, and United winning Newcastle at Boxing Day or something. Then my friend replied, he said, "Bro, you're damn lucky." And I say, "Okay, lah, it worked."
Yeah, but you guys wrote your luck in the second half, but I thought it was a brilliant first half. Before we go on to like the Newcastle aspect of this game, do you guys think this is going to be a permanent thing, or because the back four came from the Bournemouth game onwards, right? So that was the game the guys were gone for AFCON. So once Ahmad comes back, once Mbeumo comes back, do you guys think he's going to go back to his 5 at the back or 3 at the back, or do you think he will stick to this?
I like this, I like the fact that now no opponent can guess what we're going to do. I like this. This flexibility is good. And if we can master both this thing, clearly the 4 back we can do, right? And if we can master the 3 back, when you are setting up against different opponents, right, it gives him an arsenal which I feel might be vital in years or like games to come. Because you don't know how to set up against United. Are you sure they're going to play 3 back or are they going to play 4 back?
4 back, yeah.
Yeah, so but I do think that it's eventually he will go back to 5 lah. The 3 back, 3, 4, 3.
I think it seems like...
Yeah, because he doesn't have the players, and he already told in the press conference, he was like, I don't have the players, and I realized that I'm not going to get the funding yet. So that's why I have to make changes. And the Pope came, right? Because now he's willing to change. And he didn't want to change earlier because he said he don't want to be pressured by the media. And he will change when it's time to change and when he wants to change. And now the fact that there's all these players missing, it's like a convenient excuse for him also, right? To come and try something new. And if it works out, good for you. But I feel I
thought it was an excuse. You know why? Because I felt like it's not like Mbeumo and Ahmad are dedicated back 5 or back 3 system players. Right? I felt like Mbeumo could have played what Dorgu played in this game all along. Ahmad could have just been like a right back supporting Mbeumo. So I didn't feel like this. But we will see. We will see when AFCON ends. We wish you and Heikel all the best for AFCON. Let's hope Cameroon.
Come on, Cameroon.
It's just coming.
Cameroon and Ivory Coast, right?
Ivory Coast.
Yeah.
We are hoping for Cameroon and Ivory Coast final, the Man United right side clash in the AFCON finals. We hope that happens.
We're not even playing you guys, no. Why you all wishing us like this?
Mitran, what do you think Newcastle could have done? Because they are on a horrendous run when it comes to away games, right? I think their home form has been all right. What position are they in the table now?
14.
I think they're 12 or 13. 14. Is it?
Scroll second page, Anna. Yeah, Mitran, what do you feel like Newcastle could have done on the day?
I think
Newcastle is 14, sorry.
I think from a outsider perspective, right? The times where I used to fear Newcastle was when they had that strong midfield of Bruno G, Joelinton, and Tonali.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why recent games he actually has changed it up a bit. He has brought in the Jacob Ramsey guy instead of Joelinton. So it kind of makes their midfield core a bit soft because the previous one, right, the trio used to be really, really strong. And they used to win a lot of duels.
Very combative.
Yeah. Very combative. Yeah, correct. So I think he has to revert back to the basics. The one that actually made Newcastle where they are in the Champions League place now. Other than that, I'm quite shocked. The way that they defend, right, is not very good. And output wise as well, a lot of poor. I just don't feel them threatening. The only player who's carrying them now, right, is Bruno G. That guy, he's no matter even if Newcastle win, lose or draw, the guy really carries them. So I think he anyhow has got to revert back because I don't think he has much time. He's the league form this year is actually pretty horrendous. I don't think Champions League they're doing well. I think they're the top 8 in the Champions League or top 10, but I don't think that's enough to salvage. Yeah, so
I thought one player that apart from Bruno Guimaraes that deserves a shout out in this from this game is Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall had a magnificent game.
Yeah, like a Messi.
The guy was like a Messi. I don't know what he did. Like every time he ran with the ball stuck to him. Like there were challenges coming in, but he continued to be be on the ball. I thought that
I
was a
rate him,
great.
bro. I rate him. I think he's a solid left back, to be honest. Chelsea sold him. I think it was a loss.
Crazy to think Livramento and Luis Hall both were Chelsea academy players.
Right. And then
Just letting
now
them
they
go.
are. Nitin, I know that for a fact you are a big Eddie Howe guy.
Yes.
So from like what Mitran said as well, and I personally have felt this all along, that Eddie Howe is the stepping stone because these guys are now Saudi owned, right? Newcastle. And they definitely have the funds to go and get someone bigger, but PSR and all that. And based on the results that Newcastle are coming up with week in, week out, do you think Eddie Howe will last the season?
I think he has to, right? He broke the trophy curse last season. They lost their star player, although they knew they were going to lose him. They've lost their best player who's contributed so many goals to them over the last few seasons. So they've been put in difficult circumstances. Sorry. They've also not signed, ready-made replacements. Although you can argue that UN Wieser should, he says recovered for injury, but he should come in and should be banging in the goals more than Walter Mother, who is coming from a foreign league. His first season needs to adjust. So yeah, they're in a tricky position, man. They left themselves in a tricky position as well by selling Isak so late, right? And then your options to replace him were so low. I'm not saying Walter Mother was a panic buy, but I doubt he was on
the first
on the
choice,
top
right?
of their list. If they had to come up with Isak replacements prior to the summer, I doubt Walter Mother would have been top of the list. So yeah, the board also have to look at themselves in situations like this. I think Eddie Howe's done a fantastic job overall. Although this season hasn't been great, I think a lot of it has been down to them conceding late goals as well. So that also suggests, you can't blame everything on the manager, right? The manager can only do so much. These late goals are usually a mentality issue. And looking at Newcastle's squad also, it's had its core for a long time. Sometimes squads need refreshing here and there, some key players. It's an aging squad as well that Newcastle have. So I don't think sacking Howe's the way to go about it. I think backing him is the way to go about it from Newcastle's standpoint, because who are they going to get? They're not in a position where they can be spending crazy money yet. So you're not going to get the top names.
Glasner, maybe. Glasner, right?
That's a good shout maybe for end of the season.
Yeah,
Can I say something with regards to Nitin's take on Eddie Howe? I find it weird though, like I was this way when United was playing, how Newcastle was actually playing. I'm gonna touch a bit on my standpoint on Newcastle's, the way they played that game. It was funny because when they had Walter Made, they didn't cross in the ball to him, they didn't send in the ball to him. And then when they brought in Wisa, that's when they started crossing in the ball. Right. I felt that was such a weird thing, and United used to do that, and it irked me and it annoyed the hell out of me, and I felt like the manager then should be sacked for doing that. Like you have a 6 how bloody tall is that guy? 6'11" or something. Six whatever lah. He's a bloody
Crouch.
Peter Crouch. Like you have someone like him, and then you're not asking your guys to send in the ball when you have you have players like Lewis Hall and all these Livramento who can actually send in the ball, and then once Wisa comes in, then you expect to send the ball, and I just felt that was the wrong move to do.
I think they would have gotten a bit more if they had Trippier. Like this guy would just put the ball in for.
But I think they had good providers. They had Tonali providing on the corners and everything. I think Tonali's ball and Lewis Hall. Yeah, I think they could have done it. I think they could have broken United.
But like you think about it, also United's first half, the game plan was to stop Gordon.
To stop the to stop the crossing.
United so in a way, United's tactics kind of worked because there wasn't that service into Ultimada lah.
Once Walter Mother came off, right? You saw Wisa come in. Actually, that was the moment that the formation changed. If you notice.
Yeah.
Right. That's why we know that
he decided to start sending the ball to Wisa.
And it's easier to cross in that. So I think this system, it seems that it's easier to get the crosses in at a 3-back right? But whatever lah. But I felt it was very good. But it's alarming rate. It's an alarming thing for Newcastle, no guys, because right now they are at 23 points, correct?
Mhm.
Essentially, if they were to carry on this form for the next half, right, they finish at 46 points, which was 2 above the Steve Bruce's side, which after he was sacked. And then Eddie Howe took over, right? If they
Yeah.
carry on this, right, they're going to be there or worse. So it's alarming sign. So, and actually quite a few Newcastle fans, they are actually okay with him being sacked. Eddie Howe being sacked, because right now it's not working anymore. But I agree with Neat also lah. I mean, we have to back.
One thing I realized in this life, right? You always get what you deserve. So Newcastle, you guys tried to play the hard ball with Liverpool all summer long. You guys could have just sold Isak early, got the money, reinvested properly. You guys
Wasn't
played
the
hard
best move
ball.
lah.
You guys lost Ekitike to us.
I
Then
think
you guys lost Isak to us.
I think you both lost that deal. I think now
But
with Isak injured.
that is true, but sitting in 4th place after having like the worst season doesn't sound to be too bad lah, bro.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, of course, you guys came out better than Newcastle did, lah, I guess.
Bro, even if we didn't sign Isak, we will be better without them.
you
What do you
did,
think?
but you
That
did,
70
you
years
did
Carabao
though.
Cup is the one and done. It's a one and done thing. Newcastle fans, you guys get what you deserve. So before we move on to another game, Manchester United's next game, which is going to take place in a couple of hours, right?
Yeah.
Man
Yeah,
United
tonight.
versus Wolves at
Wolves.
Old Trafford. So is this the week that Wolves finally get the first 3 points of the season? So your predictions,
jialat.
boys, for this game.
Well,
Mitran,
actually,
Wait, I
sorry,
have a
sorry,
word
yeah,
with Mitran. If you think that they could have done it at Anfield, I hope you think that they can do it at Old Trafford, bro.
But before me or anyone gives their prediction,
Mm.
the Wolves and Arsenal game, damn, Wolves were actually trying their hardest, like
Bro,
I
even
felt
against Liverpool, same,
they-
bro. The second
yeah,
half,
they were really
Wolves
trying
were
their
the
hardest.
better team, man.
But I'm gonna give my prediction. I think it's gonna be 3-1 to United.
All right, Ishmam.
4-0 United, man.
Okay lah. at this
KG
point,
4-0, bro. KG 4-0.
We will save Mitran for the last. Nitin, I want to know what's your prediction.
I actually have been impressed, not by Wolves in general, but their fighting spirit.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So I think
agree,
we will
though.
see some
Yes.
of that, man. I
Yeah,
think it'll
I
be a
also
1-1 draw, bro, man. I think
What the
I think
hell,
Wolves will get a
sia?
point here. Hey, this is not
Wow.
disrespect. I just generally, my gut is telling me,
Bro,
I think Wolves get a point, man.
yeah, if they do not get the 3 points, people will be saying, oh, it's the only team up to halfway in the season they have not gotten the 3 points. So all the pressure is on them to go and get a 3 point at Old Trafford. So with that, I'm going to go Wolves
Standby,
1-0
standby.
win.
Yep, I knew
Shut
it.
the fuck up, sia.
Bro, life is a circle, bro. The winners will lose one day, the losers will win
So
one day.
even against Wolves, you will not think United will win. Are you serious
We
or
will
what?
touch on this very shortly after Mitran gives his prediction for this game.
I actually, to be honest, right, guys, I feel when we played Wolves, I felt that by the end of this month, they're going to have more than 2 points. I'm
Mhm.
very sure they're going to have more than 2 points.
So
Like something in me just tells me that. So there's only one game left for this month. So I'm so sorry, but I'm going to second Mehdi. I think Wolves will do an upset tonight.
This
I
hate
really-
is
I
real.
really-
This
No,
hate
no, no,
is
I
real,
don't hate
guys.
Wolves
United,
win,
bro.
ah.
This hate is
I
real.
don't hate United, bro. I really love United.
No,
because
no,
United really help us a lot.
Bro,
Don't
what
have,
I just
don't have
feel-
to give reasons now, all bro.
Bro,
I don't hate
I
United,
just-
all bro.
What
Guys,
the
okay,
fuck?
here's what I
disbelief,
thought.
sia.
Used to it, lah,
Here's
bro.
what I clock about United, right? The games we expect them to win, they
Yeah.
don't. And like the
Yeah.
game against Newcastle, right? I
Didn't-
expected them to fumble, completely fumble, and United played better.
But
So
didn't we say the same thing when the previous Wolves game when we beat them 4-1?
Yeah.
I mean-
Yeah, bro. No, actually, bro, you're right. The thing is, right, that you see, you guys beat them 4-1, and then after that at Palace, Selhurst Park, I didn't expect y'all to win. Y'all won. Newcastle at Old Trafford, I didn't expect y'all to win. Y'all won.
Mm.
But Everton, West Ham, Bournemouth, all 3 games where I expected y'all to win, right? You
Yeah.
guys actually dropped 8 points. So I just feel that this is a slippery slope lah. Not slippery slope. It's a banana skin.
Banana
Sorry,
skin.
it's a one off. It's a one off.
His mom is so upset that he hasn't
bro,
moved. You know.
No.
His mom
you
was
don't
stuck
I mean,
just
that
now
is
in
not
the.
right.
Bro, the fella
I
messaged
do
me.
I think
believe.
tells me
the
best
recording
wishes
jam, I
all
think.
lah. I go predict.
Guys, this is what makes our podcast great, right? Imagine all of us came here, easy, Man United 4-0, 5-0. When we message each other, then we don't have anything to like show for, right? Correct. So let's see if the Wolves can bite the Devils tonight, which is at 4:15, right?
Bro, I don't
Yeah,
know lah. Those
Yeah.
stupid ass timings.
But I think 4:15 because Arsenal
Correct.
game is at the same time, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alright,
correct.
we are
okay.
both playing at the
Then
same time.
for Newcastle's next game they are away again to Burnley. So I think Newcastle will get this done lah. I think Newcastle will like beat them 2-0 or something.
I'm gonna say it's a 1-1 draw.
Scott Parker.
Come on,
I'm
Parker.
gonna go
let's go.
2-1 Newcastle.
Ismam
2-0 Newcastle.
and Mitran.
2-1 Newcastle.
2-1. All right. So there you have it. More. A lot of us are more confident Newcastle than United. It seems for. So we were talking about Wolves, right? So I'll just segue into the next game, and we're going to touch it very shortly. Liverpool played Wolves at Anfield. The game ended 2-1 in Liverpool's favor. Before the game, I was relaxing. When it was 0-0, I was relaxing. When it was 2-0, I was relaxed. When it was 2-1, I was like calm. And then by the end of the game, I was so frustrated with my own team. So I have no idea. So with this is why I'm predicting Wolves to give a fight at Old Trafford. If they can do it, it's not hate, guys. If they can do it at Anfield, they can do it at Old Trafford. but nice touch before the game. I was looking forward to before the game because it was a celebration of the late Diogo Jota, right? Two of his ex-teams played in Wolves and Liverpool. So his kids walked out. And then it was like the You Never Walk Alone was loud, and the Wolves fans were paying tribute to Jota, and so did Liverpool fans. And whenever these things happen, that's when sometimes I realize it always hits me back that this happened just. And then you could see some of the players were affected, but Van Dijk did come out and say that, Jota will always be a part of us, but like the 20 minutes chance do not affect them as it used to back then, because by now they are used to that every 20 minutes there'll be the chant for Diogo. Florian Wirtz scored his first goal. So for all the guys that have been keeping track of 18 games or what, I thought he had although it's Wolves, a lot of people have been commenting it's Wolves, but I've seen this, that Liverpool have been trying to play through him, and then I'm glad he got his goal. He was glad he got his goal. The club was glad he got his goal. Anfield was buzzing that he got his goal. You could see the relief in the guy when he scored. And I thought the touch was a bit wobbly. I thought the touch could have gotten away when Ekitike put him through, right?
I felt the pass was amazing, though.
Ekitike
was crazy.
out of all the signings the league has done in terms of strikers, out and out strikers, we have the Seskos, we have the Gyökeres, the Isak. I think the Ekitike has been the best out of the lot. Do you guys? Does anybody disagree with it?
No, easily the best
I think
striking addition.
João Pedro started out quite well, and then he fell off already. And then you see, like a lot of strikers came in. There was João Pedro, there was Delap, and all of those, right? But I think Ekitike's start has been so good that I believe Liverpool did not even think this was going to happen, which is why they went to bully Newcastle for Isak. And then Gravenberch scored the first one, and then Wirtz scored. At that point I was so calm. So I was like, okay lah, let me go and wash some clothes, start the dryer. And then the second half started, and this has been our down point the entire season. Set piece. Wolves had nothing in the game, and then the set piece came. I think it was a 50 odd minute or 60 minute like that. the goal went in and the heads dropped and field became silent. We seemed to forget how to play football. We were defending, and it's not that big of a shout to say that Wolves could have deserved a point because they had a chance which Conor Bradley made a fantastic tackle, right, to prevent it from becoming 2-2. So that this sums up Liverpool. It can be a comfortable game. A goal goes in, and then it's a panic stations all over. Same against the Spurs game, right? You guys had 9 men, and we were struggling against 9 men. Wolves, we
Yeah,
expected to beat them so comfortably. They just got a goal from the first chance that they had, and then the rest of the game it was a struggle for us. So with this, I believe that I just think the Arne Slot doesn't have. This is my same complaint about Amorim. So I will always be fair when it comes to Arne Slot and other managers as well. What do you do to react when is the EPL, right? So at any point of time, even the lousiest team in the season, or even if there's a Grimsby Town, will have a 10 minutes, correct? A decent 10 minutes. The point of the manager, how I see if a manager is good enough, is to make tweaks to get the game back in your favor. Arne Slot could not do a single thing to do, and this is not the first game. That is my sole problem with him. But with that being said, I just messaged you guys before the pod. They've sacked the set piece coach. So I thought that's quite welcoming because our set piece defending has been so bad. Like throw-ins, corners, free kicks, everything. We are so bad at defending. So I would rather we not have a set piece coach because what's the difference? Every week we have the same problem, right?
I heard you're
So
poaching the Arsenal one. The what Grover?
I
what
hope
was
so.
his name?
No,
Nick Yover.
I think his
Nick
job is
Yover.
done there. Bro.
He's our coach, not our set piece
I
coach.
think
He's our
Arsenal
coach.
gave him a lifetime contract.
Set piece only.
He's painted on our murals outside the stadium.
What
You know?
the
Wonderful.
hell,
He painted
man?
it. Yeah, bro. If we win the league and the Champions League, we'll have to get a statue up for him. Man. Not even joking. We get it next to Wenger's statue, man. What the?
There's no statue of Patrick Vieira, right? No, right? Outside the ground.
No.
But then
It's
they want a
Bergkamp.
statue of Nicholas Jover, is it?
Nick Jober.
Nick
Should have,
Jober.
yeah.
But I think it's a smart move though. I think it's a smart move on Arsenal's management because I think if they had Arteta's statue out there, I think he's gonna get it. The statue is gonna
Might not last too long.
Yeah, bro. Someone's gonna wreck that statue. I think so. It's a good move. It's a good move. I think it's good for Arsenal.
Yeah. So when it comes to
And he's-
Liverpool's game, that's all that I have. Like anyone else saw anything different. I really thought Wolves
Yeah.
deserve a point, and then if they
No, I
did-
just wanted to.
yeah.
Sorry, bro. I just wanted to add on. I thought it's. You know, when I watch football, right? Like
Mhm.
a lot of my friends say that I'm very superstitious. So I got a few things that I'll do before watching the game,
Mhm.
right? And I always believe that there are a lot of factors that contribute and make the game, which is what makes the game very beautiful. I don't know whether you guys read the stat, but Ryan Gravenberch scored the first goal in the so-called the game that was dedicated to Diego Jota, right? His number at Wolves was 18. His number at Liverpool was 20. Gravenberch's number is 38.
Yeah.
Some things is just special because
Meant to be.
I really like Diego Jota. Like as a player, right, he tormented Arsenal. He loves scoring against us. We used to hate him, but we used to like him because he was such a nice, likable character. You know, some players are just not likable. Like you don't like them, you hate them. But this guy is so likable and everything. So I thought the tribute before the game, the tribute after the game, the way Ben Dijk actually embraced his children and they're kicking the ball and all, it was beautiful. So the performance wise, I think Liverpool I couldn't really watch much of it. I just watched the snippets because the Arsenal game was around the same time. But I think the most important thing for Liverpool is getting the points, man. Getting the points on board. That is most crucial.
I think that's what they have been doing at this point of time, whereby to be honest, the performances have not been great. But what's helping Slot is he's getting the points on the board. So it looks like okay. We are fourth, like for all the 2 wins in 9 games or something like that. We have finally I wouldn't even say steadied it, but somehow we've gotten points on the board to put us in a comfortable position for onslaught now. But yeah, we covered Wolves. So Liverpool's next game is Leeds United. Liverpool at Anfield. So Kelvin would have, if he have joined us, he would have a lot to say about this game. So what's your predictions on the game? I think dominant Calvin Lewin will score one, that's for sure.
I think Liverpool
Yeah.
win 3-1.
Mhm. Yeah, I got that as well on my predictions 3-1.
Liverpool home, is it?
Yeah, Liverpool.
Yes.
Anfield.
Leeds 2-1.
I see that.
I think
Not-
it can be a draw, so I'll go with 1-1 lah.
1-1. And Mitran?
I think I'm going to go Liverpool 3-0, man. I don't think Leeds are going to score. Alisson is back, right? Is he playing already?
Yeah, Alisson is back. Alisson has been playing.
Yeah, he's back. And I feel like Liverpool are getting a bit more in their groove, man. Like even while watching it, right? I think. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to say earlier. I mean, I wanted to give a shout out to Florian Wirtz lah. I scrutinize him a lot, but I think the last few games he has been really, really impressive. I think I wrote in the group the first ball that he gave to Ekitiki. Oh my god, bro, that was such a sweet ball. It reminded me a lot of Ozil, both Germans, both came from Bundesliga. The way he did it was very, very nice.
I think
So
it bypassed
it's
4
just
players
Wolves.
or something, right?
It cut through their whole defense, and yeah, it's just Wolves, but I mean, you only can beat what is in front of you, right? So he's doing that. So step by step, I think he's grooving lah. So that is good. But I expect more from Florian Wirtz specifically. I
definitely.
expect more because
Yeah.
I rate him very, very highly, guys.
Same,
Don't
yeah.
take it that I hate him. I do not hate Florian Wirtz. I like him. I put him in the same bracket as Jamal Musiala. These two players are on the same bracket for me. So I expect more from him, and I want to see more from him because that's what the league deserves. That's what we brought him in for, and I think he will deliver it lah. Yeah. So shout out Wirtz.
He can't coast though. I think he has to keep on grinding. He has to keep on improving because it took him 18 games. People are gonna remember this. No matter how, even though no matter how great his performance was, people are still gonna remember that it took him a while to settle in and everything. So he has to continue proving people wrong. He has to continue making sure that every performance is equally as good as that game. So
I
he's
think put on
got
a bit
a
of
lot
size.
more to
He
do.
put on a bit of size, right? Like
Mm.
ever since he came to the Premier League.
I think within the Liverpool squad also there's this acknowledgement, I think, within them that this is the guy. You can see that they actively seek him out. They look for him to pass the ball to him. You get on the ball and you create for us. So I think now a lot of the play is going through Wirtz. So we will see. We hope to have Kevin next week when we cover this Liverpool Leeds game. As for Wolves, we discussed it earlier. So Wolves will win the game at Old Trafford, according to some of us. And moving on to the next game, we touched on the set piece coach earlier, and they got a goal from set piece again. Arsenal game, Arsenal versus Brighton, 2-1. Mitran, you felt disappointed at the end of the game. Am I right to say that because you felt it could have been more?
Yeah, bro. I really felt it could have been more, and I think that we need to make the most of our chances, man. We are starting to create chances, but we just can't seem to finish our dinner for some reason, and it's getting way too nervy for my liking, especially towards the last 15-20 minutes where opponents are just giving pressure after pressure after pressure, and we are receding back further and further. The problem with that, right, is that when you recede so much, right, with VAR and everything in place, right, just a mishap, just a handball or what can give away a penalty and it can be 2-2 and you drop 2 points and City are above you. You know how fine the margins are, which is why I think it's very important to establish a buffer, not only in the title race, but also in your games which are dominating. I understand some games are difficult to dominate, but the game like against Brighton specifically, we were dominating the first half, chance after chance was created. I'm quite disappointed with Gyökeres again. I'm sorry to keep talking about him. I have to talk about him because
this is
he's
being a
letting me
topic
down.
everywhere I see
Yeah.
amongst Arsenal supporters as well. That Gyökeres, what is the main problem? Do you feel is it a confidence issue? Is he not like suitable for the
He should be on. He
club?
should be
Lack
on the
of
bench.
service.
Just put Marino up there.
What do you
Bro,
think is the problem?
I agree, bro. It's not even a wild take, bro. Like what
It's
Michael
rabak.
just said, it's not a wild take. If you
Yeah,
tell
it's
that to
not.
any Arsenal fan, no one is going to smile, bro. They will take it, yeah, bro,
Yeah.
and continue the conversation from there.
Exactly.
Because you are bought as a $60+ million pound or whatever signing, okay?
Mhm.
And you're expected to perform at a basic level. I expect some basics to be there. The first minute, Trossard gave a ball, he beat Dunk already. He took a wild swipe at the ball and the ball just trickled towards Robert. Who's the guy? Verbruggen.
Yeah, Verbruggen,
yeah.
Verbruggen, yeah.
Verbruggen.
Is it the
Other than that,
side foot
yeah,
thing that he did,
yeah,
and then he just was quite tame, yeah.
which is disappointing. And also when I see his movements, right, like Saka is beating his fullback and sending the ball in. Gyökeres is nowhere near the ball. I think we spoke about it during the Wolves game, the one where I said that such a beautiful ball. There were a couple more, man, against Brighton. Gyökeres was nowhere there. I think he's a player very short in confidence. And honestly, right, guys, I am not sure whether this guy's technical skill, we have already like maxed it out. This is what to expect from him. Because some Arsenal fans are telling me that, okay, bro, second half of the season, he'll come good and everything.
Mhm.
And I'm like looking at him and I'm saying, guys, it's fine. I accept that, but you must at least show me signs that
Something.
you are.
Yeah.
You must show me something. You must show me some form of link up play, some form of hold up play, some form of strength, some form of pace. He has nothing. I don't have anything positive to say about Gyökeres at all. And that's the one that I think is letting me down because when we took him off and we brought Jesus on. Oh, the game changed. Link up play was good. Jesus was making runs and everything. So I think
To think that Jesus at this point in time is a better option is quite. I always thought that Arsenal would let go of Jesus because, like, like you're moving on, right? And then you got your Gyökeres and all that.
Yeah.
To think that Jesus is now the better option is weird. So, Mitran, you ranked your Arsenal strikers. So let the people know what is your Arsenal striker ranks now. Who's number one? How many strikers you guys got? 4?
We got 4: Havertz, Jesus, Marino, and Gyökeres. I'm going to go number 1, Kai
Marino,
Havertz, because he proved it in the
Because he's
run-in.
your favorite player.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I got to be honest with you boys, lah. He's not amazing or anything, but the choices here are actually quite bad. So I put Havertz as 1. I put Jesus / Marino second, third. Either one can interchange, and I put Gyökeres last, actually at 4th.
That's quite sad, right? Man, especially when that's the guy that.
Can I chime in a bit here? I think I think Arsenal should gamble and just put Jesus as number 1 right now. I know it's weird, but like he's showing in that moments when he came on the pitch, he can actually be dangerous and he can get into positions where a striker should be. It is weird because I don't want to rub the Arsenal fans the wrong way, but sometimes, right, when the performance is so bad, I just feel it's so weird because there was this saying before Gyökeres came into the league, or we had news that Gyökeres wanted to come into the EPL if he could do it again, or if it would be different for him this time around, and he's proving everyone right that he can't make it in the EPL. And it's just weird because look at the amount of goals he scored in Europe and compared to the things that he's doing now. Okay, goals is goals, but look at what he was doing there and look at what he's doing now. It is completely seen that he's suffering. Yeah, he's suffering. Yeah, and yeah, maybe it's a confidence problem and stuff like that, but he's not showing himself up. I give you an example. you had one amazing striker that went to United, Robin van Persie, and even at his older age, he was showing and he was doing things for Arsenal that I think Gyökeres can't do at the moment, and he's not
He
doing.
can't do ever in his career, bro.
Yeah,
be honest with you.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's so
I
weird
think
because
it's not a bad shot for you to ask Jesus to play, right? Because
I
Jesus
think
is
that should
no
be.
slouch.
Yeah.
Jesus is the Julian Alvarez before the Julian Alvarez. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the guy that we know is dependable, who could score. Of course, he hasn't reached the heights that he reached when he was at City. But I think there's a player there. So I'm not surprised. Okay, so do you think tonight against Aston Villa, Arteta drops Gyökeres?
Okay, guys. I basically first of all think that this is just my take. I think we're going to smoke them tonight. Okay, it's I'm going to put my neck on the line. I think we'll smoke Aston Villa, and I think it's going to be we'll win comfortably. And I'm like 2-goal, 3-goal margin. The
Guys,
reason
when
why I'm saying
we
this,
were
right,
wait, bro,
good
I just need to
looking,
stop you.
yeah.
When we were messaging, right, in the Telegram group chat, you say scared lah, guys, tonight. Then now he come up.
No,
Bro,
but this
the
is
reason
him.
why
The feels not different.
Giving
The
up.
feels not different.
He
Now
excited
recording
already,
different.
bro.
The feels.
Excited
So the
already.
reason why I'm saying this, right, is because I think we have been underperforming, like in terms of the goals and everything. We're supposed to score so much more, but we have not been scoring. Someone is at the end of a hiding, and I think it's Villa tonight.
Villa are scoring
Because
too many goals. They
one
shouldn't.
thing about the Emirates, actually, right? Whenever they say that there's going to be tifos out, whenever they say that there's going to be flares out, come in early, and all whatever that I'm reading on Twitter, right? They're all coming up with the same thing. Like Red Action Gunners are all putting it up, getting at this time, getting at that time. There's something on your seat and everything. When we prepare this way for a game, right? Most of the time this season, I seen us smoke the team. Atletico Madrid was 4-1. After that was Spurs also. Spurs because rivals, right? And then the other game, Bayern Munich, same thing. So usually when the fans get really pumped up and the team gets pumped up, they'll smoke them. And who I think should start is Jesus, but I think Gyökeres will start because Arteta has got to stick with it. Yeah, man.
My question for you, next question for you, bro, is your Tifo going to be nice this time round? Because you guys had a
Is
very
it going to
bad
just be your club logo again? Bro, that's not a tifo.
No.
That's just a club logo.
Bro, we
It was
had a
the
good
worst
one,
Tifo
bro.
I've ever seen in my
Against
life.
Spurs, we
Please,
had a
man.
good one.
My goodness.
They rectified their mistake. They paid for their sins, bro.
Actually, today,
man.
I like the one with the club logo, the very classy.
Bro.
You know what that reminds me of? You know, like if you go to like
What?
some not like those official shops, right? For example, then they sell you you have your small pillows on your couch, the square ones. Then the Pasar Malam auntie will sell the small
my.
cover
The cover,
with the logo. That's what your
Bro,
Tifo
The color is
reminds me.
off. The color is off, right?
The worst part about the
my
Tifo that day, right? Bro,
God.
they didn't even stretch it out properly. Like, it was like,
Oh.
like
And it was the
half
Champions League
folded.
semi-finals, you know.
Yeah, bro,
So,
what the hell,
You
sia?
must act like you have been there at least, which they clearly didn't even act like they were there. So, that's
Hey,
quite a
but
joke,
this
lah.
back to the Arsenal and Brighton game, right? I gotta give a shout out to Raya for that crazy save.
man.
That was supposed to be a goal. But he pulled that out of the bag, and you gotta be thankful. Like you have Raya as your number one. That was an amazing save. But yeah, man, shout out to Raya, man. Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy
I was watching the game with my Arsenal group. We usually meet end of the year and try to meet up quite often, lah. So when we were watching the game, one of the guys said, "Well, bro, I come all the way because I stay at Punggol, right? So he came all the way from Bukit Batok. So he said, bro, I came when it was 2-0, he said, well, bro, damn boring, 2-0. Like it was really getting a bit dull. And then Brighton scored 2-1. And then all of us got AG. And then eventually when the final whistle went, right, the same guy was shouting at the television and saying, "The Red, you better blow the whistle now." And then it was quite hilarious.
This is where
But this kind
superstition comes in. When it's going good, just
keep quiet.
you gotta take the
Just say, you know what? I'll take this easy win.
yeah lah.
When
But
you
it was
ask for the opposite, it'll come.
Yeah. But it was an incredible save. Okay, Mitran, this is something I want to ask you personally. Of course, we know that people online like to talk a lot of garbage and all that. Some takes might be hot takes, some might be, okay, I can deal with it. Is David Raya is in the top 3 conversations when it comes to best goalkeeper at present?
Bro, for me, right, to enter these kind of conversations and to sit on the same table as Edison and Ellison, right, you need to win things. Until you
See,
win
he's a
things,
sensible guy. So that's why
until you
guys
win
follow
things,
us.
you cannot enter. Like, you go to some places, you need to show proof of identification, like you go club all. So, right, the proof of identification to sit with people like Ellison and Edison is actually trophies. And I'm talking about proper trophies, not FA Cups, not Community Shields, anything. So, to my Arsenal fans, we need to win. Okay, so whatever that
I
once we
believe
win,
that
then we'll
Raya
talk
is
about
a
this.
I believe that Raya
He's
is a
good,
good
he's good.
goalkeeper. But when it comes to this top 3, right, it's very difficult when I think Courtois is there, has to be there. Although he's on a decline, but he's still Courtois. There's Donnarumma that has won it all in the last season. And then if you then you see your Ellison, and then if you tell me Edison and Raya, Edison has won more, but I think in terms of a better goalkeeper, I would pick Raya in terms of goalkeeping. Edison, we all know he got the range, and then his time City were just unstoppable. The defense cannot be breached, right? So of course he had to make saves here and there, but I think Raya is better than Edison. But then now you have the new Barcelona goalkeeper that's been
John
introduced.
Garcia.
John Garcia, right? That guy is madness. So yeah, but thanks for being
Oblak.
sensible. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think we give a
Oblak.
shout out to Oblak.
No, but he's a steady
Yeah.
AD lah. I mean, he's just a very steady guy.
Oblak he's just at Atletico. You just imagine he went to a big club.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah, man.
Atletico is a big club, but like a winning club.
But I feel Raya is at the door. I think
Yeah,
Arsenal fans should still
definitely.
rejoice. You know, he's still at the door there. He's waiting. Again. I totally agree. You got to win things to kind of solidify your position, and then you can kind of like push.
I think
he's a
it is much
quality
like
keeper,
the Gabriel Saliba thing, right? Where they're saying it's like a partnership, but until you win. Over on Brighton's side though, this stat came up and then I found it absolutely ridiculous that I went to go and check again. Brighton have never won in the whole of December under Hursley. So this is now his second December. So he has had 2 Decembers, 2024 December, 2025 December. They've not won a single game under him.
There goes your superstitions there. Your superstitions there.
Right. So
That's not a month for him, man.
Man, it's so bad. Like Brighton, I think at one point of time they already hit their ceiling. Like when I look at Brighton now, I just think that they might win some games. It's just not the Brighton of the old. I think I told you guys during the game, right? I feel like back then Brighton, you feel like they could give any team a fight. But nowadays you go to Brighton, you expect like a 3 points. If they give you a
What's the
fight,
problem? Like even like they are so hot and cold. Like, what do you think is the issue?
Yeah,
Not
Nitin,
just
what do
that,
you think?
I wonder why. I wonder how their fans feel. You know, the ones who pay money week in week out to go and see the team.
Mhm.
You know, it's all rosy in the chairman position and all that because they're making tons of money, right?
Tons of money.
They're buying players for cheap. They're selling them for super expensive. So you know, your balance books look fantastic.
They are rich, man.
But-
They are rich.
Yeah, but how do you feel as a fan going to the game every week? You know, every week, every season, you're seeing your best players leave, and then they're coming in with this exciting young talent. But then you constantly have to give them time to get to those the next levels, and then when they reach those levels, they're sold again.
Sold again, yeah.
So you've got successful models of this with Ajax and your Borussia Dortmunds, who are also competitive in the league. But I think Brighton have done something where they've sold to the point where they can't be competitive. They can stay in the Premier League. They still have the quality to do that. But I think they've got to find the right formula where they are a consistent top 8 side while doing this, because I don't think it's very sustainable to constantly find gems from South America, especially now if teams are onto these things already. It's not a secret anymore how Brighton find their talent and all that. So I don't know. I don't know how it feel. How I'd feel if I was a Brighton fan, because it must be so tiring to
I
see
think
players constantly leave, and
Yeah.
especially when they're at their best. Because Brighton know exactly when to sell.
Yeah, I think the ambitions of the or the owners has to be shown. I think he doesn't show that, so that's why
I
we're
think
getting
he
this.
sort of like, I think like although you mentioned ambition, right? I think he knows like, okay, there's always gonna be a food chain, and I think he's just accepted that is his place
yeah.
in the food chain, right? Much like
Then you will never be the best. Then
a Bournemouth. But I saw this very interesting take, which I kind of agree. I saw this video of this kid on the dad's shoulder at the Sunderland game, and then the kid was like singing out loud, and then in the comment section, someone someone left a comment that said that this is the joy in supporting your smaller teams. It is not, and they said the fans of the smaller clubs are more passionate than the bigger ones, bigger club supporters. And to a certain degree, I agree, man, because these are the fans that turn in, week out, and they might see their teams lose, like 3 games, lose their players, and they're still gonna show up week in, week out, regardless, and have a good time. So I think in that sense, maybe the Brighton fans are happy to be in the league,
In the
like
Premier
have a
League.
good result here and there. It's more enjoyable for them. I don't know. Like
I also
maybe
don't know.
they.
Maybe it's time we get a Brighton fan in.
Any Brighton fans out there listening in, and if you just want to know your perspective of what do you feel having to sell your best
Your
players at the
best
club,
players every
right?
season.
Especially like this season, you go and buy a jersey and then put behind Caicedo, and then because you
Missing
know he's the
Chelsea.
best player, and then next season that jersey is invalid for the new season. So Chelsea fans, like, oh, because there's another small club. But Brighton fans, if you guys are around, please let us know. Please let us know. So we will end this segment with Arsenal prediction. We know what midfields is a 3-0, 4-0 coming up. Arsenal play Aston Villa at the Emirates, game week 19. What's your prediction? I feel like it's going to be a 2-2,
1-1 for me.
Ish, Nitin?
I'm actually
The thing is
feeling
gonna be a
what Miff
4-2
is
Arsenal.
feeling.
It's going to be one-sided?
You know what I mean, right, Nitin? It's like
Yeah.
Arsenal are so predictable, no? They'll go to certain rounds and lose for sure. And then once you hype them up, right, they play to that. That's why I feel like it's not a good thing, guys.
I think it's
Nick,
gonna be a
that-
4-2.
Anyway,
That's,
Gabriel is back. It's a big boost. The fans will be up for this one, especially considering how they lost to Aston Villa the last time. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like they stay in FIFA. This one is scripted already. I think it'll be a
Easy win,
3-1 win for Arsenal. Not easy win, but I don't think they'll turn up
That
today, lah.
scoreline,
Yeah.
yeah.
And boys, another thing is that Boubacar Kamara and Matty Cash are both suspended for the game tonight.
Suspended.
Both
saw
of
that
them
also.
received their 5th yellow card over the
Oh,
weekend, so
no.
they both won't be playing. So that's a
But
huge
Onana
miss
is
for
around.
yeah,
Onana
Amadou
will do his
Onana. Yeah.
And but do Villa generally do well at the Emirates?
Okay, so the thing about Villa, right, is that they start games very poorly, guys. They start games very poorly. The opposing teams fail to actually put the game to bed. And then
Correct.
Unai Emery has a masterstroke. Yeah, a tactical substitution or what, and then they grow into the game and they just sneak it. I mean, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. I just feel that it's a bit lucky, but at the same time, when I look at the sample size that I'm talking about is 11 winning games, how can you attribute it just to luck? So I'm kind of torn here. I think they're going to start poorly tonight. They're going to start the game poorly. We are going to be dominating them. If we do not take our chances and it's 0-0 or we are just 1-0 up, right? Then it can get a bit tacky. But if we get 2 goals and blow them away early, then I think we should be fine. Because one thing about Arsenal is we don't concede that many goals. So, like, once you score 1-2, you should be good.
And Ishmam, your prediction for this game?
4-2 Arsenal.
4-2 Arsenal. All right, we will see if that happens. We will see if Arsenal smoke Aston Villa, or will Randy Orton make another appearance at the Aston Villa Arsenal game. So we spoke about Emery. I think it's only right that we touch that game next. Chelsea played Villa, and then it was at Stamford Bridge, right? Correct? Yeah, Stamford
Yeah.
Bridge.
Yeah, it was a
Correct.
Stamford
The
Bridge.
game the game ended 2-1 in Unai's favour. Chelsea started out really well. They dominated, had like a host of chances, I think. And I think they could have easily been up
2-0,
like
3-0.
by 2-3,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I think like back of my head, I can remember like Enzo Fernandez had a chance, and then remember Palmer, I think a few, and then Villa were poor in the first half, but then the second half, this is where Don Unai, this is exactly what you're talking about, like a poor half and then turn up for the second half after he made some tactical tweaks, which includes one of his mom's favorite players, Jadon Sancho, coming on. And
Last.
I thought Sancho had a fantastic
He
game.
had a good game,
and
yeah.
two Ollie Watkins goals. Ollie Watkins didn't even start this game, and then he came on. He scored twice, and then Villa won. Like this, I think like Emery is so underrated. Do you guys feel that a bigger job is coming for him?
I don't think so, no, bro. Personally, I don't
I
think
still
so.
don't think so.
I think Emery is a very, very good coach. He's a seasoned coach. He's won a lot. His resume is impressive. But there are some managers who are capped in terms of the caliber of clubs they can coach. Once they make that step up towards the higher tier clubs, like in the case of Emery, PSG and Arsenal, they tend to
PSG.
falter. I don't know whether is it the weight of the expectations, the stature of the club, the players that you have to deal with, the hierarchy that you have to go through. It's a completely different ball game, which is why I always tell people it's very easy to do revisionism, right? And tell that
Mhm.
Emery should have stayed at Arsenal. Arsenal would have won more titles. It's very, very easy. I'm not standing. There's nothing to do with Arteta. I'm just saying that Unai Emery had his own share of issues at Arsenal, and I thought the mistakes that he made were grave. I mean, don't forget, guys. We Arsenal actually had top 4 in our hands, and we threw it away. We went to the Europa League finals
threw
and
it-
got smoked 4-1 against Chelsea at Baku. So some of the mistakes that he made were grave and set us back a few years, It set us back a few years
Mhm.
because it meant that we had to continue in the Europa League. Budget was smaller, lesser. The players that you can shop for is a completely different place. So I feel, with regards to your question, Unai Emery, he's excellent at clubs like Villarreal, Aston Villa. Even you can talk about who I'm not sure lah, but basically this second, third tier kind of clubs, he's excellent there. Sevilla and everything. He'll max up for you. He'll max out the potential of your players. He'll juice out every bit from the players you have. But I just don't think he can make the cut, man. at
Cut
the
for
top.
Nitin.
Yeah.
Nitin, if Thomas Frank was to go tomorrow, would you take a Emery at Spurs?
I would take a Emery at Spurs. I take a Glasner at Spurs. I rate Emery pretty highly.
Mm.
But I also agree with what Mif said. I think this 11 game winning run, a lot of it, I mean, you cannot sit here and tell me that Villa have totally outplayed every opponent.
Yeah, definitely.
They've not lah. So credit to Unai Emery and how he's used the squad. I think they're definitely punching above their weight, which is full
Yeah.
credit to the manager. That's what you want your manager to do. You want your manager to make your players play out of their skin. And I think that's what he's doing. And also, I have to credit him with his man management.
Mhm.
Watkins has been poor this season. He started a lot of games, drops him to the bench, brings him on at the perfect time for them against Chelsea. And,
Score.
sometimes it's just moments like this that
It seems like Emery has this
he has this
thing, right, to be
feeling.
with man management, because like what you mentioned, he has used his squad super well. They've not, because Man United decided to fuck up things for them at the end of last season, and then they didn't qualify for the Champions League, right? And then all that they've brought in is a Victor Lindelof, who is doing a decent job at
For
centre
free,
back,
yeah.
right, for free. They got a Harvey Elliott from Liverpool that is not even playing, and I think
On loan.
Emery doesn't have any intention. They got Jadon Sancho, who was an outcast at United, and then problem child any other place. And I think they got Gesson, I think, or some French guy.
Yeah,
That
Gerson,
was
yeah.
about it, you know. So that with that, what he's done is quite impressive. But this is the trait that I wish Arne Slot has. That ability to tweak something to bring the game in your favor. And to do that, like Mead said, 11 game sample size, right? 11 wins in a row is not a small sample size. And like you said as well, it's not that they've been outperforming every team. I think even against Man U, they were, we spoke about it, right? It was not Villa's best performance, but he got certain tweaks correctly. And that's why they are on this run. So shout out to Emery. Heikel, where do you think Chelsea are going, the world champions, sorry, my bad, all Chelsea fans are the world champions. I forgot to give you the respect you guys wish you guys deserve. But Michael, where do you think is do you think Chelsea will make it to the Champions League positions? They are currently fifth with 29 points. Liverpool are fourth with 32, so that's not the biggest gap. So
You know, I feel Chelsea is now like on a rough with like so many holes, and they're just patching things up. And it's weird because they have solid players, they have solid backups. We talked about this earlier in the season, how the squad depth is so deep for Chelsea. But then it's just so weird that they're in this position. They're not doing too badly, but
yeah,
you know, they are really like dropping off in performances when they should actually be like, you know, be up there. I'm not saying they're not up there. They're at the end of the day, they're still top 6, or they're fifth right now, right? So they're still there. But
do you think at the end of the day they're toxic?
top 6.
Top
Oh,
6.
both applies
Yeah,
because
so
because a couple of weeks ago when they drew against Arsenal, right?
yeah,
They felt like they were in the title race.
yeah.
Then,
So-
then a couple of weeks later, now the fans have like totally flipped the narrative and are saying that. But it's so weird for a club that has spent, like you mentioned, right, depth, right?
Yeah.
They have crazy depth. The problem with this, right, I feel they have crazy depth, but this depth does not have experience.
No,
So that
I-
depth is just
mm.
depth for the sake of
Exactly. I think they still need a lot of gelling up to do with all the youngsters that they have, with all the up and coming talents that they have. I think Maresca has to you know, take a page out of Unai's book and you know, do better at man managing and using his players as well. You know, players like Garnacho and Pedro Neto, Pedro Neto, we were raving about him in early seasons, has dropped off, I feel. And I think these players have to learn how to elevate themselves. They can't expect Reece James to kind of build them out every time, because that's what it seems happening. So this issue, I think Chelsea has to figure out, because having that title, having that world champions is heavy, man. Like, you know, it's seen. It's not easy for you to just like, it's not a
is
cruise.
weighing them. Is that why the season has been bad?
You know, I truly feel right, honestly, right, I think it is like not in a grim sense or whatever, but you know, sometimes when you have that weight, the pressure of you performing every game, and then you're not doing it, like it stresses you out, and of course it might not be nothing. It might be nothing for us, or it might be nothing because, you know, maybe world champions doesn't apply, because at the end of the day, if you don't win the EPL, you're nothing still. But you know, having that title now, everyone's making a mockery out of you. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, you put your world champions on your on the building there, and then you performing like, you know, like."
And it's for 4 years, you know. By the way.
Yeah.
And
So it's tough. It's tough. You know. So They have to figure it out. They have to gel more. I think they still have to gel more. I think they have really good players. I think they have a lot of potential players. But if they don't, they can't expect one or two players to build them out. Caicedo is doing a crazy job still. I feel definitely still in the shout for one of the best CDMs in the world. I feel not only in the EPL but in the world. So yeah, man. I think Chelsea still got a lot to do.
I think they need a bit of experience. Like, see, all their players are very young. So what happens is, so that's why I always ask, why you never buy someone like a Donnarumma, right? Like, why must you only buy 16, 17-year-olds? Honestly, if their squad had a bit of maturity, meaning a bit more seasoned pros, right? I think it would have been a completely different team because they have the talent, they have the depth. For a team that has spent, I think they is the most expensive squad to have ever been built in the history of football. And this Chelsea team, and for what it's worth, they don't even have a proper striker. They don't have a proper centre back. After spending that much of money on they wanted to hijack Semenyo also. What are you talking about? Just address the things they need to do.
was crazy.
To me, it don't make sense.
after
I
that
think they are just being greedy at wrong places. For example, their goalkeeper is not settled. I feel, I still don't
but Sanchez has
been a good
good
I mean,
season.
there's been
Very good
there's
season.
been some kind of resurgence.
You know
There's a bit of
did you do
resurgence.
when we spoke about it earlier? Jan Oblak is like the sort of guy they should
They need, right?
try and get. Although Oblak
Not
might
bully
have different
things, guys. I
ideas.
feel, you know,
because I feel like
he wants to
it's
collect.
not it's not sustainable. They got the window completely wrong in my opinion. The players they signed, I was watching this one review show, and then they mentioned that Garnacho and Neto are the worst. Is some stat about completion, like dribble, is it the dribble completion or the output, right? They are the worst in terms of output. It is like some 30% last season. And then Chelsea has decided to pair Garnacho and Neto together,
Yeah.
which is not going to bear any fruit. And then they went to get Gittins, and then now the fans are turning on Gittins already. That it's just not. If the money for Garnacho and Gittins, right? If they were any wiser, or I don't know if that's the policy, they could have spent it on Semenyo because that's about 80 million, right? In total.
65, wasn't it?
As in, Garnacho is 40 and then
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Gittins is
That's right.
about 40, right?
Yeah.
I feel like their transfers are just weird. Like some random day you open up like Instagram and then this Fabrizio would post, here we go, and then it's like some
Some
15-year-old, 14, 15-year-old.
Bro, this one collector vibes, bro. Top Bully is a
vibes,
collector.
bro.
Yeah, he
This one
like
is Jeff
trendy collector vibes, bro. Like, I want to buy the new Labubu and I'm going to just collect that Labubu, and then I'm going to buy this new thing. I'm just going to, it's just a Top Bully thing. But anyway, but guys, I just wanted to touch something on Aston Villa. I mean, earlier we were talking about, we said, it can't be, it's 11 games, consecutive wins, right? At the end of the day, it's how you finish the game, right? I think what Unai Emery is doing is amazing. I think you guys hit it exactly on point with everything you guys said about him. But here's something that I had thought about. I just on the side, I think it's kind of in a alter universe or kind of in a other realm kind of thought, right? Can you just imagine Unai? Now we said, Mid earlier said, maybe he's not meant to be in a big team, but can you imagine actually he's actually relishing and he's actually happy to be where he's at, and he's just mind fucking everyone, and that's why Aston Villa is doing so well. He's like, you guys doubt me, right? You guys doubt me. Now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna use whatever I can and show you that I'm a top manager, and I might not move. I must stay at Villa and use my players, because you know why? Every time I watch Villa players play, right, that hunger that they have, right, even though it comes in the second half, it still comes and they finish.
He did it last season as well, right? With Rashford, Asensio, players that people didn't want,
Exactly.
he brought them into the team, and then
And now Villa is 3 points off the top. That is crazy. I think that is mad.
who would have thought? Huh?
Yeah,
who would have thought? His
thought?
mom.
Who
His
would have
mom.
thought?
Who would have thought?
And
Yeah.
Haikal,
Yeah.
I think what you said was very, very spot on, man. Because I just felt that the whole, for me, speaking from an Arsenal fan, right, the whole
Yeah.
experience that we gave him, I think we hurt him a lot, lah, guys. To be honest,
Mm.
he's a very, very good guy. He has got
Yeah.
very good manners, saying good evening, and we mocked it.
Evening.
And also,
evening.
I think that whole thing might have scarred him a lot, and that scar tissue is probably triggering him a lot as well. He probably
Yeah.
will hesitate making a move to a big club because he will feel that I'll be more in the spotlight,
Yeah.
and small things like these will get amplified. And you know what I mean. So, I agree with you, man.
Yeah. He's making use of this moment where he's not actually in the limelight to actually like show
Baptism
everyone
of fire.
Yeah, man. I think it's pretty mad. Like you gotta give credit where credit is due at the end of the day.
Yep.
100%.
He's making players like bloody Sancho
Step up.
stepping. Yeah, man. Even though I hate to say it, but you know, it's seen, it's shown.
And it's not
on the
easy,
pitch.
you know, like Aston Villa being constantly being a goal down, the mental block that you have to work through to come back and win the game.
Exactly, man.
At the home of the world champions, right? Is crazy, you know.
And you see there, you know, you see like
world
like,
champions, right?
Oh my god.
Guys, the world champions, right, used to look like this. Look at it. This is how it used to look like. Okay, this when you win the Champions League, and then you go to the tournament, and then not
I've
like
never been there, bro.
bro, prediction time, bro.
Yeah, wait. Before prediction, just one thing from me.
Yeah,
I hope Emily lands on a top club again. And having said that, Maddie, if Slot goes, would you take Unai?
yeah, actually.
Not bad, right, actually.
Okay, you see if he's a second half manager, right, and Slot is not the second half manager, I feel like Liverpool has a
Slot second half.
manager, assistant manager lah.
You know when we used to have when Gerard Houllier just came in, and who was the other guy? I forgot. There were two of them in charge. So we bring in Unai, first half Slot, second half Unai.
Sorry.
But I will take him. You know why? Because unlike Aston Villa, right, Liverpool is a team that can control the first half because they have the players, the resources to do that. And then when you need some in-game management the second half, someone like Unai can help. With that said, I'm not expecting Slot to be sacked or whatsoever, but that's just my personal take. So let's see if Unai's baptism of fire burns the Emirates in a couple of hours. So we've covered who Aston Villa plays next. As for Chelsea's next game.
Sorry, bro. Can I take just 30 seconds? I just wanted to talk about Chelsea. Sorry, just 30 seconds.
Go for it, man.
Guys, I think Chelsea, right, they are being let off quite a bit. Like, if I think one of our clubs has made the transfers that they have done and is performing like they have done, there'll be more talk, more chit-chat, and more backlash to it. It's quite poor. It's very, very poor. You know, there's a Chelsea fan who called Gittens kitten. You know, the kittens, that's what the streets are saying. So to my Chelsea friends, right, you know who you are. You guys, you know, you all tell me your jersey, the front very heavy and everything, right?
Maybe that's why. Take out the back. Yeah. It's too heavy. You guys are not like, you guys feel the weight and then it's making you guys sluggish. Take out the damn badge because you guys are not world champions. World champions of what?
The bloody badge not keeping Palmer cold, man. I don't get it. It's like it should be keeping him even. I don't know. Like it's just.
I think here's my take, right? Before we move on, right? Palmer is not playing in the place where he should play. They are trying to put Palmer in the central role. Where did Palmer get his most output? Right, or like a bit to the left. Yeah. And then now you are playing all these out and out wingers, trying to accommodate them. I feel like Palmer should be moved to the right or to the left. And then, I completely agree. I think we spoke about it. Enzo Fernandez was bought for about 100 odd million. And he has
not a word, bro. Not a word has been spoken, man.
Yeah, because he got the World Cup tags. Because he won the World Cup.
He World Cup and World Champion also, bro. So
his mentor now the President of the United States, right?
All in all world.
Put some
No,
respect to the name.
his mentor
Chelsea will.
now Miss World Universe, right?
It's what?
Messi. Of
Before
course
we
lah.
disrespect
You guys
Messi
know,
and
like, come on lah.
the Messi fan base come for us,
Uh,
Chelsea's next game is at home to Bournemouth. My boy, every week
Fabulous.
when I say my boy,
Damn,
is getting a
man.
little bit more less enthusiastic because Anthony is on a bad
Oh
way.
my.
But
word.
yeah, do you guys think Chelsea can take 3 points against
Ah.
I think it's gonna be a
underperforming? Because
2-2.
by this game, it might be Semenyo's last game, right?
Yeah.
So I
Should be.
think as we are recording this, it seems like his deal with City has been wrapped up,
City, yeah.
right? So it might be his last game. So I still feel like they will have some after effects. I think Chelsea might nick this one. I'm going for Chelsea 2-0.
I'm with Ish on this 2-2.
Meet and Nick.
I'm going to go 1-0 Chelsea.
I'm
Mhm.
going 2-1 Chelsea.
A lot of
think they'll have
Chelsea
to
wins
go.
being predicted, but I hope my boy Anthony does a miracle. Miracle. If you said Unai, right, my first choice is still Irola. I feel like, yes, the run has been bad and all that for Bournemouth, right? But I think he's maxed out. He's another guy that is a victim of his own success, isn't it? Like you build all
Yeah,
these
yeah,
players and then these players have to be sold.
Yeah.
And even
yeah.
Semenyo is the one shining light this season, and then now we're talking about Semenyo off to Man City. So that's exactly where we're going to go next. Man City's game, Man City against Forest. We're not going to touch too much on it. It was quite a straightforward game,
Predictable
a
outcome.
predictable outcome, right? Like,
Yeah.
but the one thing that I need to ask Mitran, this game ended 2-1 in City's favor. The one thing, Mitran, I want to ask you, do you feel that Ruben Diaz deserved a second yellow card?
Yeah. Obviously. I also know that he'll never get a second yellow card.
Because of brown envelope, is it?
Bloody hell, man! That's a clear red, man. And second yellow. It's not a
Second yellow,
clear
yeah.
straight red. It's a second yellow, and they didn't even give it. It's a joke, bro. The decisions that go for them, like I think you experienced it when the Rodri handball, right, at Everton Goodison Park. I
Yeah,
think that
correct.
was the one that hit you, and then for me was this, and I mean, like they just get decisions going their way all the time. Can you guys remember when was the last time they actually had a bad decision or poor officiating decision that went against them?
Beats me, man. I'm trying
Oh,
to
I
think.
remember one in
I
the
think it's the
Champions League
Spurs
against
game.
us. Yeah, that
The
was
Spurs game,
one
right?
of the best
Yeah,
decisions
yeah.
ever, man.
Yeah.
Haaland threw on goal.
This is one of those things that, like, at times you just start to believe that City will nick it in the end. Like
But
these things
do
that
you
go
all
for
actually
them.
like hold like hand to heart? Do you all actually believe there's a referee bias towards City?
I
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry, you
Mitran,
go first, bro.
I personally, being on the receiving end of these things as a Liverpool fan, because we've lost out the title to them a couple of times, right? Certain games it feels like there is, then certain games you be like, maybe refs favor something else more. Like Mitran said, the handball was, we could have won the league if the handball decision went towards us. And those are the small margins that makes you feel like there's something going on. And Mitran might experience the same thing at the end of the day, because now you look at it, it's like, oh, just a second yellow. The game was what, 1-0 at that time? Was it 1-0?
1-0, yeah.
1-0. You feel like Forest in their home game could have like taken something if City were down to 10, right? But then when you look at the end of the season, that's when sometimes you feel like, man, that one decision did the refs favor City. And it always happens. When it's so close, right? Then when you look back, there's just one thing that the ref was in favor of them. I remember the season that City won, I think one of those games that I think we had a perfectly fine goal by Sadio Mane or something, and then it was chalked off, and then you try to balance it out, and then that's when the brown envelope theory comes in. Man City giving the brown envelope to PGMOL to dictate certain games. Like Man U fans and as a Spurs fans, do you guys feel there is a ref bias towards City?
I don't personally. But then again, I've never been in a title race with them, and then so I don't have those strong feelings towards them. But watching the league in general, I don't think there is a bias. I'm sure some referees may have a bit of hatred more towards one team or one specific player that may sometimes affect a decision. But yeah, I live in the hope that we don't have such a thing in our league.
Yeah.
Because man, it would put the whole game into disrepute, right? That's not something we want. But yeah, I definitely get your feelings. When titles are involved and
the margins are
decisions
small, right?
and margins are small, and these decisions make a big difference. I can understand why.
Ishmam, what
they
year
feel
was
that
it
way.
that Aguero, do you feel
Wait.
like the City paid the refs to give them the extra few minutes to
No lah.
to score that
No,
goal?
but actually there was in 2023 these refs they went to the Premier League refs actually went to Abu Dhabi for some tournament, officiated, then got a
Yeah.
hefty payout, and right after that they came back. Then the red card wasn't given. I think for one of the game, I think a City game versus Liverpool. I can't remember which game it was. That sparked controversy because they were like, because Abu Dhabi is directly linked to City, right? State-owned now. So there were bad rumors going around now, that referees might favor City because of their pocket being fed, their stomach being fed. But yeah, bro, I agree with you, man. Some games I see is that it's blatantly obvious that they are supporting City, but there are certain games like actually not really. Or am I just being salty because they are good and my team is not right now? So I also don't
I
know.
think if you are in the title race, it affects you more. Like for
Confirm,
this
bro.
season,
Yeah,
it doesn't
for sure,
affect
for
me
sure.
or affect you guys. Like Mitran,
Yeah.
it affects you guys.
Mitran, it will affect them. It will
Yeah,
affect him more because
especially at the end of the
mutual
season,
interest,
the margin is
Sorry,
like
guys.
free. Yeah.
I was just zoning out because I just received a news from the Athletic. Declan Rice has sustained a knee injury.
Oh, that's a big one, man. That's a
Yeah, I
big
just saw it
one.
lah. It's like
he's in my
fuck
FPL
man,
also.
it's like never ending, yeah.
Man, that
What do you
changes
agree with your
the.
players, lah?
So, does that change the narrative of your prediction on how this? Because Declan Rice is such a vital part of the Arsenal machine, right?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I'm just like
Meat is back to being scared. This is the meat that we saw on
That
Telegram.
was the group chat meet. The group chat meet is back.
yeah, so he's expected to miss the match later against Villa, but Arsenal are hoping it's a short-term injury, but it's a knee issue. I
It's
can't believe it.
not the first time, right? I think he pulled out of a game
Yeah.
quite recently.
Yeah, I think a few weeks ago he pulled out of one game.
My
But
days, I tell you.
it is what it is, lah.
It is what it is.
Big news.
Champions, you guys have to show the champions mentality in the game later. Michael, what do you make? So this game was basically the Ryan Shaki show. 1 assist to Tijani Reinders, and then he scored himself. What have you made of Ryan Shaki? Has he exceeded your expectations, or do you feel that this is the Ryan Shaki that was going to
Dude,
turn out?
for 30 million, I think Man
It's a
City's got to be happy with his output at the moment. I think as of right now, he's one of the more creative attacking midfielders in the league itself. And
he's the most creative because as we are recording this, right? He's the guy with the top assists in the Premier League.
So it's pretty mad. And it's got to be due to the fact that he and Haaland are actually clicking a lot. And he's actually finding his his placing in the team, and he's like getting his stride in. So this guy both foot alive. He's got the passing. He can finish. He showed that in his in this match. He can finish. He can provide. So what more can you ask for someone so cheap and now he's
him and Foden are clicking
Yeah.
at the right
it's pretty
time, right?
mad. So, and it's not only just with Foden, like I think he is actually running that transition into the final third. He's running that show there, and Haaland is letting him do his thing, and Haaland is not just enjoying himself. Now the midfielders are enjoying themselves with him running there. So I think
top buyer for 30 million.
Yeah, man.
I
Pep,
think before the season, a lot of people were unsure about how Pep was going to use him, right?
Yeah.
Even I was unsure about, but it looks like it's working out well. So
Yeah.
even when Haaland doesn't score, they still find some other ways,
Yeah.
and now their midfielders are all contributing to the goal. On top of that, not sure how this will pan out, but we're going to have Semenyo in this team. Ishmael, I'm going to throw it to you. Do you feel that
Crazy.
Semenyo going to City is going to have a profound impact, and does it affect the title race and swing it in City's favour?
Definitely it does lah. But one bad thing or good for the rest of us is that Pep's history with African players, somehow he seems to
Racism.
racism. No lah. But no lah. I mean, with Semenyo, what you have is consistency, right? And
Mhm.
good things, he can play on the left, he can play on the right. So now you don't need to be completely dependent on Dorgu to have a good game, or completely dependent on the right
If
side of the place.
Doku forget.
Dorgu or Doku, bro?
Doku.
Yeah, be careful lah, bro. I
You
feel like Dorgu ni. Okay, but
You
anyway.
don't have to worry if Doku haven't played before the game. Will it be a good game? Will it be a bad game?
Mr. Religious himself. No lah, I think the Semenyo signing top signing. But I just am afraid that he will also become a robot lah. He will
Of the
lose
machine.
his.
Pep
whip
looks
just-
like with Shirky, right? Like you say, robot. Pep with Shirky, it seems like he's
you
willing
cannot
to
have
let
two of
go
them
of
running
Shirky.
around, bro. You cannot have two of them running around. And Pep is already losing his mind. Do you see
I
what he
can
said?
see-
Sometimes I want to kill you.
Haaland, Doku if he's fit,
And Semenyo. Right?
Shirky, Foden,
I can
Semenyo. I think it's
That
going to be
team is
scary
stacked.
times. It's really because that
I
guy
don't know.
is an output machine.
I
Semenyo.
think he has the second most shots in the Premier League after Erling Haaland, and that itself is a crazy stat. I don't know if this is a take that you guys will agree, right? So before the season, it seemed like Arne Slot had spoken to Shirky as well, and then when we looked like we could buy Wirtz, and then it was 100% on Wirtz. I feel like if Man City had signed Wirtz instead of Shirky, they will still do well. I feel that if we had signed Shirky instead of Wirtz, it will not be as good. I feel like Wirtz is the player because now people are saying, oh, Liverpool could have bought him for 30 million but decided to spend on Wirtz, right? But I firmly believe that Wirtz is the right player for us, because if you put Shirky, who is more of a maverick kind of player, he's not going to fit in slot system.
Correct.
But Pep has had
I
these
agree.
kind of players before.
I kind of disagree there. I'm sorry. I think Turkey, guys. I mean, we all know this, but maybe it's not as crazy as Wirtz, because Wirtz, won something. He was playing in a good undefeated team, but Turkey was, people were raving a lot about Turkey.
But you have to realize that he's the same guy that a lot of teams rejected to sign.
Yeah.
It's not just now because of the injuries and
that's right.
the
Fair enough.
attitude at Lyon.
But they were actually rating Turkey to be one of the better players, even though, of course, his profile wasn't as high. But people were saying, like, this guy is someone you should keep a lookout. Yeah, maybe he might be rough, but this guy, two-footed,
he's definitely technical. I have no doubt. The only reason I feel that he wouldn't apply. I feel like he wouldn't apply in a Liverpool team, or if Man United went to buy him, he wouldn't apply there as well. Because as much as Pep is this robot, right? He still uses his technical players. Amorim will not use a technical player. Slot will not use a technical player. As much as Wirtz is a technical player, what's expected of Wirtz is to pass. You know the Trivela cross, the Rabona cross he did the other day, right? Do you think he's going to do it at Man U? Amorim will not appreciate it. Of course, if he does it and it works out, it's fine. But Amorim and Slot are not the sort of managers who will encourage. Pep, I feel like at this point has adjusted that, okay, you are what you are, I'll let you play how you play. That's why I just personally feel that Ryan Shirky. But definitely Shirky, to me, apart from Xhaka, I think I still feel Xhaka is the better signing in half of the season. But Shirky has to be close there. Would anybody put Shirky over Xhaka though, in terms of signing?
I would.
No.
I it's just for the type of player that he is. I love Mavericks. I think
For
they're much
30
needed
million,
in a game today where tactics are so important, to have a player who can unlock a whole game. Like even
Yeah.
that day, just use the last game as an example. That goal he scored. I mean, that's not a normal goal. No, he's
Yeah.
the technique on it. He got the assist as well. So, like, I'm just a big fan of Mavericks in general. I'm a big fan of the Adel Tarabs of the world. You know,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
come to
yeah.
put on a show,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's joy.
If
It's joy to
people
watch.
pay money to watch these guys, I would pay money to watch them as well. So, in terms of entertainment value, no doubt Turkey is the signing of the season for me.
But I gotta sorry, I just gotta chime in there, Nate. I so agree you because first half Forest were attacking and defending very well. And then in the second half he just unlocked and that is pretty mad coming from someone, you know, from Turkey and being able to change the game just like that.
That's
But
the
Ellie
thing all the
Anderson, man.
opponents. That's the thing all the opponents are gonna face now because with City, Foden can turn it on, Turkey can turn it on, Dorgu can turn it on.
Yeah.
If they
All they
fail,
need
then
is one of these
Haaland.
guys to be on fire in that
That's it.
game.
Yeah.
And they have match winners everywhere.
But facts though, whatever his mom said, Elliot Anderson had a superb game. If this was an audition for him although I don't think they'll lose him in January, but if this was an audition in January, his audition is like at a fantastic output. Right?
What do you mean? He already auditioned against United, what?
Yeah, okay lah, you all buy lah 150 million. So speaking of the pound for pound best signings, that's exactly who City are going to play. City are going away to Sunderland. So this is where we see Xhaka and then we see Shirky and let them prove their worth. So prediction time, boys. So Man City away to Sunderland.
They're gonna get hammered 3. Man City gonna win like 3-0 lah.
Oh, don't do that to my Sunderland, man. Damn.
Really?
Doing that to my Robin Roofs, man.
Mitran, I'm curious to know your prediction for this game. It's a tough stadium. You guys drop points at the Stadium of Light. Do you think Man City will drop points as well?
I don't think so, man. Sunderland are missing a lot of players.
Due to
Ballard
AFCON.
is out for a period of time. A lot of AFCON. They got a lot of AFCON players also out. I think Taibi and who's the other guy? Taibi and
Talbi, is it Talbi, right?
Talbi and Sadiki, right? The
Sadiki, yeah.
the one who partners Xhaka in the pivot.
Oh, the pivot.
Oh wait, the pivot. Sorry, yeah.
I think City wins it easily, bro. 3-1.
I'm going for City 2-0 and Nitin, your prediction. I think you are speaking, but you're on mute, bro.
Read your lips, bro. Oh shit, bro. Huh?
Oh shit.
Sorry, I lost my mouse for a second. I think 3-0 to City. Easy win. Yeah. Sunderland just have too many players out missing through injuries and through AFCON. And City are on fire, man. So City gonna pick up an easy win.
And then Forest play Everton next. Forest are home. I think Forest will beat Everton in this game. The previous game would have given them confidence. I'm going for a 2-1 Forest win.
Sean Dutch derby. I'm going to go for 1-0 Forest.
Forest is playing who?
Everton.
I'm gonna go 2-0.
Jack Grealish might still be drunk, huh?
Yep.
Everton win 1-0 lah.
Ooh. That's that one Everton prediction. Anything?
I'm going 3-1 Forest. I think they have been on a good run. Hutchinson's on good form. They've got a good squad actually for us. I expect them to do well. So
They're doing
3-1
so
to Forest.
well, but the league position is not.
That's how bad
so-
Postecoglou did basically. Dyke is just making up for lost time.
Paying for the sins of Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah, man.
The last game we're gonna touch on is Nitin's team. Spurs went
God.
away. Man, you guys heard the reaction from Nitin, right? So Spurs went to Selhurst Park, and then this game was just so. Nitin, I'm going to let you take the floor. What do you make of this game? Because we were talking while the game was going on, right?
Yeah.
It was so confusing. Like you also felt like what's going on. Yeah. What do you make of this game?
Yeah, so first and foremost, let's go through the lineup. So we had Richarlison up top, Olomouani left wing, which hasn't worked for us the entire season. Completely disagree with it. Bergwall was playing in the attacking midfield role. Xavi Simons was out. He'll be out for the next 2 games as well for that stupid red card on Van Dijk. Romero was missing as well, so Kevin Danso came in. Other than that, we saw pretty much what you'd expect from a Spurs lineup. And yeah, you also saw pretty much what you expect from a Spurs game. Crystal Palace dominated us the first 30 minutes. You'd expect that from the home team, despite them playing again in a quarterfinal, was it, against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup?
Correct.
They came out, they were full of energy. We had the 1 week break and we looked so tired. They just dominated us for the first 30 minutes. Incredible how they didn't score. We hung in there. We defended well, I thought. They didn't create too many clear-cut chances. These are the positives from my side, at least. We defended well. I thought Danso was a brick wall. Everything that came at him, he spit it back out, basically. Headed everything, blocked everything he could. So he was a real shining light for us at the back. Just before halftime, we scored a scrappy corner. Kolo Muani heads it back into the danger area. Richarlison flicks it on, being the pest that you can always rely on him to be. And Archie Gray, nice easy flick header into the back of the net. Nothing that Palace could have done better defensively there, I think. But it is what it is. So 1-0 at halftime. You think that, scoring a goal would give us some confidence and then we start playing better in the second half. I won't say we didn't. I thought we did play better. Especially in the second half, I saw some patterns of play where we broke out from their press and then we looked dangerous going forward. We scored 2 offside goals as well, which were marginal decisions, but still offside. I thought there was some promise towards the end of the game, especially after we scored. I thought the players found ways to get in behind Crystal Palace, which we couldn't do in the first half. So some positive signs from this game overall. We still don't have an attacking midfielder in the next 2 games. Madison is out, Kulusevski is out, Xavi Simons is out. So we are lacking in the creativity department. So we're going to again have to depend on our wingers. And our wingers, we got Kudus, who has that magic moment in him. And we've got Kolo Muani currently on left wing, who doesn't have a magic moment. He doesn't have a magic moment in him.
When Odebeck came on, it's like you saw the game change on the left.
And you saw how Odebeck played. I was so impressed by that's one of the best cameos I've ever seen.
Why do you think Thomas Frank doesn't want to? Against Man U, so he came on and he was the spark, right?
I think he likes the threat of having 2 goal scorers on the pitch. So he likes having the Richarlison and Kolo Muani. And they work quite well together, to be fair. I like to see us actually play like a 5 at the back with these 2 up top. I think they actually have a pretty good partnership that could potentially form, but we're still stuck to this 4-3-3 at the moment. Kolo Muani is not the kind of left winger that we need. The January window is coming up. We have not replaced Son Heung-min. We've got 1 20-year-old and 1 19-year-old, 2 upcoming French talents who can play left wing. When your marquee player leaves, you definitely expect a baller to come in and fill up his position, which hasn't happened. Xavi Simons has come in, but Xavi Simons is not a left winger. He's a number 10. He can play left wing at a stretch.
Wasn't your left wing occupied by Brennan Johnson? Right?
No, Brennan Johnson was always right wing.
Right wing, yeah.
Oh, he's right wing. Okay. So
when Postecoglou was there, Brennan Johnson was perfect for us because Postecoglou's whole game plan, especially because we had Johnson on the right, a lot of our play came down the left. You'd either have Udoji, Werner, Son, somebody of that caliber, always drilling the ball across the box, and you'd have Brennan Johnson at the far post for the tap-in. Yeah. Brennan Johnson is an expert at that goal. I'm not knocking him. As a winger, that's his best aspect, is he scores goals, his timing of the run into the box and everything, superb. But everything else you want from a winger, one-on-one ability, I have to say his crossing is pretty decent as well, but other than that, he's a crosser and a finisher, and it's not what's required from Frank right now. Frank needs wingers who are capable in one-on-one situations. Johnson's not that. Funnily enough, Johnson has a bid from our opponents over the weekend, Crystal Palace, that has been accepted. Apparently from rumors, Bournemouth are coming in as well because Semenyo's
Yeah.
leaving. They need a
Semenyo,
goal. They
Yeah.
need a goal scorer as well. But again, Semenyo and Johnson are totally different profiles of
yeah,
players.
man.
I don't know if Bournemouth know what kind of player they're trying to go after here. I get Palace wanting him because Palace put a lot of balls into the box.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I get the Palace move. I don't get the Bournemouth move because
Bournemouth
if
is
you're
just buying anybody to stack up. That's about it.
if you're hoping to replace Semenyo with Johnson, they are very different players. It's a wrong move for me. Unless they're thinking of changing their style of play or something. But yeah, back
Yeah, now they're speaking about Johnson leaving, right?
Mm.
If there's a realistic target, if there's one guy you would like to bring to the team in this January window, who do you think is the most ideal that you would like to see?
I will always say the same name, but it won't happen. I would love Savinho from Man
Fabinho.
City, but that's not going to happen. I'd also love Mamouche, from City, but again, I think they're planning to keep those two, according to David Ornstein. So I genuinely don't know, bro, who we can get in this January window that can come in and make me excited. You're talking about the Yildizes of the world and all that, which we're not getting, to be perfectly honest. So I don't know where we go from here. You know, we're selling Johnson, and then now we need to buy a right winger as well as a left winger. So yeah, I'm a bit confused in terms of the direction we're headed. I'm very happy with this new leadership team that we have behind the scenes because the Johnson sale is something very un-Levy-like. Levy would have
held on, right?
held Johnson on and hoping that he reclaims his form, which won't happen. And then 1.5 years later, we'll sell Johnson for 10 million. So I'm very happy now that we've seen the decline. We've seen that he's not what we need, despite him scoring the Europa League final winning goal, which I'll forever be thankful for, forever grateful for. I love Brennan Johnson, but he's not what we need right now. So I'm glad we're making the sensible decision to sell him while his stock is high. 35 million back into the coffers for us to improve the squad. Yeah, still happy with
the 3 points.
With the 3 points, happy with the direction the team is headed in. I'm looking forward to having some players back from injury and suspensions. Romero will be back this week. But overall, a positive result for Spurs, a positive performance as well, considering how poor we've been sometimes. So yeah, hopefully we build on that this weekend.
As for
Actually not this weekend, on 2nd January.
Oh, you guys are not playing tonight?
Not tonight. We're after the New Year games.
So as for Crystal Palace, though, I think they might feel that they've been hard done because they were holding on to a lot of the ball, but I just feel like they didn't create enough to actually feel like they've been hard done, right, in this game. And then screw Glasner because he didn't sell Gehi to us. So to hell with Crystal Palace. But on the real, though, I feel that Crystal Palace are going to get more of these results because the instability of what's going on now, it seems like Glasner is going to leave, right? He has no intention of extending his contract. Gehi doesn't look happy. Remember when he scored against Arsenal?
Yeah, why he never celebrate at all?
Yeah. So he didn't celebrate, no? And then
Because
they told me
Maitland-
very excited. But then I went to check back at his old celebration. All the games also he doesn't
So he doesn't celebrate, yeah.
Because
Yeah, so he generally is a very muted
But the
celebration.
whole game, Eddie was like liar.
yeah,
For
Glasner is
Glasner.
liar, bro. He held on. Okay, if I was Mark Gehi, right, and even if this Liverpool bias aside, and if he didn't come to Liverpool, he's going somewhere, I would be quite pissed off because I was supposed to move to a bigger club, and then you held me back because you say you will leave the job if I don't stay. And then now, of course, I'm staying for one season, and even now, it feels like if a big job opens up in January itself, right, it feels like Glasner might just leave. It doesn't even seem like he is willing to stick up
Committed, right?
for the whole season. He's not like, okay, at the end of the
But he
season,
also
I
very
know.
upset lah. He
But
also very
imagine
upset.
if
bro.
Imagine if he does that after forcing Gehi to stay, yeah.
That's a
Be
big
damn
show.
fucking smelly from him, man. I hope
But
But
he
last-
actually he very upset, bro, because he says that the board didn't back him.
Bro,
Yeah, but then
you are
you-
at Crystal
yeah.
Palace, bro. Okay, you have to be realistic. If
Yeah.
you are
So
Crystal
as it,
Palace,
why are you talking about this? So as it, how much? Expensive, sir.
okay, they
60.
sold.
There was no reinforcement.
They sold Odyssey and all of that, but you have to understand that this club is not going to take that whole sum and go and reinvest. Maybe if you, how much did they sell Eze for? 60,
60 plus.
right? If
60
he had,
plus it.
if he had 60, for example, 60, right? They're not going to spend 60 on another player. And if you're going
Yeah.
to spend that sort of money, do you think a big player is going to come? So what you're going to spend is a 30 from it and hoping you find the next Eze.
Yeah,
It's
you
the same
find
for
good-
Odyssey. You're not, even if you had sold Gehi for like 50 million to Liverpool, you think a 50 million worth defender is going to come to
I think,
Palace?
yeah, I understand what you mean, bro, but I think there were a lot of promises made to him,
Mm.
which they
But
didn't
he
live
himself
with.
breaking promises now.
No, I honestly
hope
think
he
he
steps on glass.
was promised these things and the board didn't deliver. So he's right
What
to
kind
say
of
okay lah.
promises?
Yeah,
Huh,
what?
bro, I still don't
Like
know
what
lah. I
you-
don't have his number,
Everybody,
bro.
okay.
No,
You know-
what I'm saying is when you become the manager of Crystal Palace, right?
Yeah,
you
lah, bro.
like what
Realistic
can you
lah.
be promised? Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot be promised the
It's like
budget
the
of 150 million.
Yeah.
What like what Manny
No lah, but
said.
it's like his complaint is he is saying this week in, week out, because every time they have a midweek game, right, then they will lose that game on the weekend. And he's very upset about it, and he says that we clearly need, bro, you see, they're actually playing well, just that they don't have the depth or nothing. There was no backing given to him. Like the 60 million, who did they spend on? I don't even know. I
They
don't
bought
even
Jeremy
know.
Pino.
Jeremy
They
Pino.
bought Pino. Yeah.
Pino.
But
Okay
that
lah,
is the sort of
Pino,
player
they
you
bought
will
Sosa.
get, bro. You
Mm.
cannot expect them to go out and get like
and no one's gonna come also. I understand.
right.
That
Like
one
the
I
Pino
get.
might find it interesting to go
But-
to London.
But also, I think
Miscommunication.
I agree with every party here. I think Ish is right, and also you guys also are right, because Crystal Palace being part of the food chain and stuff like that. Yeah, I totally get it. But I think that part where he had no one else as cover, I think that is very important for him. And also Mark Gehi is the captain of the club, and it's it was like a last, not I wouldn't say it was a
Yeah.
last
Okay, the
minute thing, but it was like
problem
kind of a last day kind of deal.
The
And
problem with
you know,
you not this goes to Newcastle Fools as well as Crystal Palace. The interest has been there, and Mark Gehi, imagine you let him to record his farewell video. You let the guy record his farewell video, and the video leaked and all of that. Liverpool's interest in Gehi has been there. It's just that you keep saying, okay, we need to find a replacement. Then find your replacement early. Get your replacement in the doors early. You don't say, of course, Liverpool are going to try. For example, Liverpool going to try to the end of the window, right? That is your problem again, because if you had signed earlier, you could have dealt with Liverpool earlier. Liverpool were willing to pay, of course, not top dollar. Now they're saying that if any club, Liverpool might go back for Mark Gehi for 20 million, and they might accept this.
So
for 20 million.
maybe the promise that we all are unsure of or we don't know was that Gehi will be there for another year, maybe, to lead this Crystal Palace team and lead this transition. Maybe we don't know.
The danger with it. It's like,
yeah, I know. But
like
I mean, at the end of the day,
insulting.
if Liverpool buy from 20 million, are you going to complain?
I'm not going to complain.
Yeah.
But here's
So
the,
I mean, I think
here's the thing.
Mm.
Like Glasner is so. My point is Glasner being so unhappy. The reason you are unhappy is because you guys want to. He's a captain of the club, and he seems someone who's very dedicated and committed to the club. Right? He would have told them, "I want to leave."
But we don't know that
them.
as well, though. Like, I think we don't know.
But okay, if
whether-
we don't know at the end, why did he choose?
Yeah.
to
We
leave, right?
will
So
never
that
know.
means
Yeah,
You
exactly.
will know. And when you are clubs of that stature, I'm not shitting on Palace or anything. They are a nice club and a big club as well. But when you are that stature, you know when the big guys come in. I can tell you tomorrow, if Real Madrid comes in and say, I'm giving you 10 million, Gehi is going to stop playing for them. Gehi is
Yeah,
going
I
to
mean,
stop playing for them.
It's
I
true.
mean, yeah,
It's
of course. I
He's
think
going
a
to
lot
say,
of
okay, no,
players,
you all accept this
a
10
lot of
million, I'm
players are
going.
gonna.
Right, so
Bro,
then
if he finds out Real Madrid has landed at London Airport, he'll stop playing for them. already.
exactly, bro. Like,
the next game he wear the captain armband already.
I
He's going
think
to throw it on
any
the face.
any player
Throw
right now approach.
Glasner face, bro.
Yeah, any
Nah,
player
have it.
right now approached by Madrid or Barcelona, they're gonna stop playing for their club, no
And
matter
Glasner
where.
is the
Even
same.
United, even for United, I feel the same way.
Glasner has not promised them that I'm going to stay. So if that is the case, why would I want to back you? What
But
if the new manager comes in and doesn't want your system? We know how Glasner sets up.
yeah,
If he is not going to stay beyond next season, if he buys the back 3 player, the back 5 player, what if the next manager is not of the same mold? Then why did I even bother
you
to
know,
invest in you?
maybe right, bro. Maybe also it could be. I think I feel the same way. I would take a Crystal Palace in my football manager and try to make them the top of the food chain. It could be that way. It could be that promise, and that was what was talked within the management and the manager saying like, oh, we're going to elevate Palace and stuff. It could be that as well. So something
We
that
don't
we
know.
all will never know unless
All I
Ishmael
know
gets a
is
Glasner's number. But
I need
I
to get
hope
his number,
he
bro.
step on some
Ask him come
glass
out.
and then injures his leg because of him, we are having a bad season. So if he had sold Gay to us, we would not be in the position
then
we are
Isak,
now.
Maybe for all you know,
Newcastle
they would
selling
have.
Isak to you also because you're having bad season also.
Look at where Newcastle are. Look at where those bums are. They are 10 places below us and they say they invested better. How can you invest better and be 10
I
places
mean,
below us?
every club is going. Every fans and every club is going to say they invest better.
Yeah, that's
bro,
true.
but,
I remember the times whereby Newcastle won the league. They were quite good when they won the league.
Yeah.
Superb.
Yeah.
Under Kevin Keegan, Newcastle fans, yeah, you guys were successful under Kevin Keegan. And then the last time you guys looked like you were good, you had David Ginola on your side. David Ginola is now retired in his
David
60s.
Ginola, man, those were the
To
days.
hell with you guys lah.
What a player.
Yeah.
Why so hostile, bro?
No,
Ginola, man,
because
I
people are
rate him
trying to make it
so
sound
bad.
like Newcastle sold us and then we are not in a better
No,
position.
yeah. No,
That is it.
I get
Bro,
you,
we need to have a Newcastle fan on the pod. So if like this cannot,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah. But maybe
Newcastle, I can't always have your back, man. Come on, man.
yeah,
Get
come
on
on,
the pod,
man.
man.
Newcastle fans, I mean, if you guys keep losing every week, don't be embarrassed to turn up. It's still okay. I am willing to
He's
accept.
still okay.
I'm willing to accept you losers. Come on board. We will give you the therapy session you need to make you feel better because your club is not making you guys feel better. So with that being said, Palace next game they take on Fulham at home. Fulham are hot and cold as well. Palace seem to be hot and cold. I think Fulham will nick this one. I think Fulham will
Yes.
win 2-1.
2-1. Yeah, I'm also going with you, bro. Fulham 2-1. Harry Wilson, 2 goals.
I'm going Fulham 1-0.
Heikel?
I'm gonna go Fulham 2-0 lah.
No, nobody's giving Glasner any chance. Nitin, will you be the guy?
Liar.
Yeah, I'm giving Crystal Palace a 1-0 win.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
right.
I think
There you go.
they'll find a win.
Magi score.
And then
No,
you'll
I
be
don't
like,
want Gay. My Maddie got. So let's give it to.
Matats.
Let's give it
Matera.
to. Let's give it to Nketiah lah.
Woo!
Nketiah.
Eddie, God,
I
Eddie,
thought-
bro.
Eddie,
Oh,
calling
oh,
out, calling out.
I
We need
tracked
to
back
talk.
into the game, right? I thought Nketiah had a great cameo.
Yeah.
When
Hey,
he came-
guys,
Oh, yeah,
can I
so
just say
good,
something
good
about Nketiah? I'm actually surprised that at Palace he's actually doing pretty well. He's not getting.
He's
not
a
starting.
baller.
He's not starting, but man, every time he comes on, he's exciting to watch, man. I'm sorry.
This
I'm
Arsenal
sorry.
He's a
had
good,
this-
he's a good player.
Thanks,
United
Mitch,
kind
for
of
letting all your players.
Good movement.
like
Guys,
let
are you
the-
serious that
Thanks
he's
for
a
the
good
development.
player?
No.
He's a good player.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
saying-
think it's bad.
I'm
I
saying
said
for Palace.
I think he's good,
for
sir.
Palace because if you
For
watch
I'm
the
saying
game,
specifically for
Palace.
Palace, he's
Yeah.
been like balling. Like I wouldn't say he's like crazy good, but he's
Got
showing
effect one, eh?
you take
glimpses
into
of-
context this season, when Liverpool played Palace, Nketiah scored the
Yeah,
equalizer. When you guys played Liverpool,
Scored the winning goal.
you guys couldn't score. Then we won. So in that sense, Nketiah. But yeah, I mean, all jokes aside, in this game, I thought he had a decent cameo. When he came on, things actually were faster for Palace in terms of progressing up the pitch. They
He
kept
plays off
looking
the
for
left,
him.
right? He plays
Yeah.
off the left. Yeah, his top bets are
They
quite
definitely overpaid for him, but then
Yeah.
but
I want
then
to-
Yeah, you're right.
for
You're
a
right.
club
Nick,
like
yeah.
for a club like Palace to have a backup striker of Nketiah's level, I think that's pretty decent from Palace.
His energy is pretty good as well. Every time he comes on, you like see him like really hustling.
this
And, like,
eager-
His movement is very good. I don't know if you
Yeah, man.
remember. I think last week or what, Wharton plays a ball into his feet while he's on the move.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
takes
yeah.
it in his stride and finishes it off. I think that's like a very Jermaine Defoe kind of goal, man. So this guy needs to, I don't know, maybe he needs to base his game around Defoe more because he's got great shooting technique. Just one touch out of your feet and start getting more shots away. He definitely can shoot this and get
Same size as Defo as well.
And
I
yeah.
got so annoyed by Nketiah because he was
He-
given a number
yeah,
14 lah.
Yeah,
Yes.
bro, that was
I
too
couldn't
much.
accept it lah,
Yeah,
guys.
that
Thierry
was too
Henry
much.
to Aubameyang to Eddie Nketiah. I was like, bro.
But it was supposed to be your chosen
Chosen
number
one.
nine.
It's supposed to be lah.
Yeah.
And
But
Thomas
current number
Frank
14 not say doing much also lah.
and Thomas Frank goes back to his old hunting ground. Thomas Frank's Spurs go to Brentford.
Damn.
So this is gonna be an interesting game because when I look at where Brentford are now, I was quite surprised because I thought they had a poor start to the season. I think Brentford are in top 10 if I'm
Higher
not
than
wrong.
Spurs,
Yeah.
At the moment, right? So Nitin, want to hear from you first. Do you think Thomas Frank gets one over his old club or the old club does one over him? Because Brentford with Sade and all are banging, man, at the moment.
Yeah, we have already played them once recently. I don't know why we're playing them again. So, before the game week 19, isn't that a bit weird? Or no,
Yeah.
not really.
Actually, it happens every year.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
There's one,
So who's the team
Okay.
that you didn't play actually?
Sunderland, maybe.
Yeah, Spurs haven't played Sunderland,
Yeah.
correct.
So do you think
Anyway, yeah, sorry. My prediction will
Brent-
be I'm going for a 2-0 win to Spurs. I think if we can continue that defensive solidarity that we built on, especially away from home, I think we'll find the space to hurt Brentford. The only thing that I worry about is our lack of creativity. So Bergwall will fill that number 10 again. Hopefully he does a good enough job. And if he does, then I expect us to win 2-0.
Mm-hmm. Ismam,
I think I'm going with 2-1 Spurs. 2-1 Spurs.
2-1 Spurs. Me,
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Michael, yours.
Sorry, Nate. 2-1
No
Brentford.
worries, brother. No
Because
worries.
Brentford keeps playing. You guys have to be defensively solid. I think Bournemouth found out the other day. They just kept pinging in the
Yeah.
ball.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
then Sade
yeah.
just kept running and running and running. Right?
They got
Must suffer,
behind.
ah.
They got behind Bournemouth pretty easily, man. I'm not gonna lie. They and all it took was Igor.
Yeah, Igor and Sade. Igor, Sade.
I actually didn't expect him to have a passing range to him, Igor. But he. So I'm gonna go to 1 Brentford, man.
And my prediction for this game, I believe, is going to be like a high-scoring 2-2 game. Because Spurs, I can see Spurs scoring, but because Brentford are quite leaky at the back too. But Brentford can score at home, especially at the G-Tech. They're going to play that. Jordan Henderson likes to play the first time pass.
Tough
I
stadium
think
as
it's like a 2-2. We'll see if that happens. So that's about it. For Kelvin, the Sunderland Leeds game was a 1-1. If you're listening, Kelvin, up to this point, it was a 1-1 draw. That was the only other game we were quite interested in. And then I thought
just something to
Leeds did well.
touch.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Mehdi, just to touch on Calvert-Lewin scoring 6
Six games in a row.
consecutive games is also mad, guys. Like,
Everton looking at that shit will
so
be like,
mad lah.
man, how do we not? And he's being fit. He's fit. Like these games, he can play 90 minutes.
And also he's scoring as a striker shoot lah, with his head, with his feet.
Oh, shout out, Kevin. I know you don't want us
Yeah.
to miss out this point. The Leeds goal, every player touched the ball. Every single player touched the ball before it
Damn.
went in. So that
Damn.
was it. And I thought Leeds deserved to win, though, to be honest. In the second half, they completely overwhelmed Sunderland. Sunderland had no answers. It might be again the AFCON thing and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I wanted to ask this to Ish though. And maybe Kevin might his ears might get a bit. I might rub in the wrong way here, but I want to ask this to Ish though. If United went for Anton Stark over Elliot, for example, right? Would you be able to accept that?
Wow.
Stroke will be cheaper.
Just say no lah, bro. Don't worry.
No.
Anton,
Bro, if he's willing to pay 150 million for Elliot Henderson.
Bro, I
I
think-
set on my price. Whatever I want, I have to focus.
but why I'm asking you this, right? Because I think Kevin has, he wants to hold on to Anton Stark as much as possible. I think this
he called him what? The
Anton's-
German what?
Oh, yeah,
Called
I
him something
forgot.
funny that day. lah.
I think
German
I think
Declan Rice.
German
yeah,
Declan
and Anton
Got the
Stark,
Japanese Rodri.
Japanese
yeah,
artist
yeah.
Tanaka.
Tanaka, right? But he's willing to let Tanaka go, right? From that episode.
Yeah, he
So,
asked me
but
to United to pay like 25 million or some shit.
yeah, but Stark,
I think if
pretty
Leeds
interesting,
go,
man. Pretty interesting.
if
Bro, actually
Leeds go
Stark-
down, a lot of people are going to go and ransack that club.
Yeah,
Because,
yeah, yeah.
They seem to have gems.
But no, lah, I think they're gonna stay up this year, lah. Definitely.
Okay, lah, Kelvin,
I
for
think
your
Bournemouth might go down actually. I won't be
No
surprised.
way, bro.
bro lah.
No way,
You think
bro.
my,
Hey, I
my
tell you.
boy? You think my
I
boy?
tell you.
Elliot-
No way.
Look at them in the table. Why is this a hot take?
Bro, the
Look
three
at what
teams that
position
are
they are.
going down are Wolves,
Bro.
Burnley, and probably West
They
Ham.
are
These
on
are the
20,
three.
They are on 22 points, by the way. Okay. If
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth are 22 points, okay, they are only 9 points away from relegation. 3
Okay,
games.
with that being said, we discussed this before. If they are only 9 points away from relegation, they are only 7 points away from 5th position.
Fair.
You guys have 29 points. It's closer for them to go up to 5th than for them to drop. So anything can happen.
Ishmam.
You are looking at the wrong end of the table, bro.
Relegation incoming lah, United. This is the season lah.
All right, with that being said, that's it, man. We hope to catch you guys in another game week's review. So as usual, we will end the week with our top player, top team, top whatever, right? So okay, your player of the week this week, boys.
Haven for me.
Ishmam.
Pelon Dorgu for me.
Yeah, I will go with Dorgu as well. Mitran.
I'm going to go David Raya, guys. Such
fair
a big
shout.
save.
Zero
And-
bias at all lah. Completely zero bias.
And I'm
Usually I
going
don't
to
give
go-
Arsenal players.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna go with the Maverick himself, Mr. Ryan Cherky.
Ryan.
That's a good shout.
Cherky.
Wanker
And
is
your
last
goal of the week, I think this will be a bit more similar.
Dorgu
Yeah.
lah.
I'm giving Dorgu as well.
Yes, I will probably give Dorgu as well, guys. It's quite a flat week in terms of goals scored.
Yeah.
There were some
nice.
goals.
Maybe the
Cherky
Leeds
Yeah,
goal. Maybe the
I'll-
Leeds goal.
I'll
Yeah.
The
give
Leeds goal. Yeah.
I'll give my goal of the week to Cherky. The second goal.
his shot
Was
was
a
pretty
sweet
I
good.
think like a lot of
Yeah.
us give it to Dorgu, right? If Shirky had scored that, we would be like, fair. But if Dorgu scored that, we are like, the
Bro.
fuck? He can score that?
It was a volley as well.
I
It didn't
I
bounce,
wasn't
man.
familiar with your
Great
game
goal.
lah.
It wasn't a
Yeah.
bounce. It was like a.
set piece.
Actually, I've come to realize something, guys.
What's
You
up?
know, every prediction, right? Like how I always say, hey, Mehdi is a hater, United every time put, right? Actually, I realized one guy, right, actually never say United win. It's either United lose or United draw. Mr.
Who?
Nit himself. I've
Who,
just
me,
clocked it. Yeah.
Really,
I've just
man?
clocked it.
Bro.
Yeah. Bro, I just clocked it in my
We're
head.
gonna.
When has Nitin
Wow.
ever
But
said
I would have
anything?
said last week that United beat Newcastle.
Yeah, I think he said United beat Newcastle, no?
Are you sure?
If
I
I'm not
don't-
wrong, yeah.
I okay with United one.
Okay.
No issues there.
Thanks for the cup, is it? Like
That-
kind of.
Thanks for the
Friend,
cow.
friend.
For the cup,
Friend,
is it?
friend.
Yeah, lah. I had
Friends,
United friends who bullied me in my
Share
secondary
lah.
school days, lah. But no, lah.
But it's all good,
Nothing against United personally.
I know
And
Mr. Tuan
finally,
Swandi cannot tahan
your-
United.
Team of the week. I'm just basing on facts. I'm just.
You don't fact me, okay?
And
Hey,
finally, your
my team of the week.
Yeah.
Unbeatable Unai lah for me right now at the moment. Villa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Gotta give it to Unai.
I can't. So guys, credit where credit is due. I can't give it to anyone else at the moment.
Anybody not giving to Unai?
I'll give it to
I'm going to
Brentford,
give
lah.
it to Unai.
Brentford for me.
I'll give it to
Yeah.
Brentford
Same
for
as Nitin.
the 2-0 win away to Wolves and then 4-1 at home to Bournemouth. They're on a bit of a run.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh yeah, now they're playing us next. Hey,
Brentford.
happy days.
Brentford are currently eight in the league, and then they have 26 points. It's a shout, man. They lost the manager. They lost two of their top top players in Mbuemo and Wisa. They lost the captain.
Great job.
Right, wonderful job. Sumitran, you are Brentford as well, is it?
No, I'm going to go for Don Unai.
Yes,
Nice.
sir. Don Unai. We will see whether you call him the Don in about 3 hours' time. Continue to call him the Don. And finally, your Ballon d'Or. Every week we come up with this segment whereby we choose the week's worst performer. It could be a team, it could be a player, it could be a manager, it could be a fan. Who do you guys have?
Okay, for me,
Okay, go
right?
for me. Yeah, go
Sorry, bro. Yeah. So for me, I'm just going to fix it from this week onwards, lah. My Ballon d'Or, right?
He's
You all
going to
call it, right?
fix it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm going to fix it. It's going to be Wolves till they get another point.
Oh,
Whoa,
damn.
So it's not going to change. Nothing's going to change.
That means this is the last time you're going to say it.
Yes. So Mehdi, I don't want you to ask me this question, and I
No, bro.
don't want to answer this
Because
question.
by next week,
till-
when I ask you, they've gotten the point.
then we,
After tonight's
then
game.
There we go.
we don't have to talk about
Ish,
it.
there we go, man. But my Ballon d'Or is Chelsea this week. It's got to be Chelsea, man, for dropping off. And yeah, just not being able to.
My Ballon d'Or this week is Newcastle, because I felt that United's team were there for the taking in terms of the personnel, right? I expected a better game from them, but of course United did well. So, but I feel like Newcastle should have stepped up, but they didn't. They didn't turn up. So that's why Newcastle for me.
Mine will be Chelsea, man. I think Chelsea were shit show lah, basically, whatever they did.
My Ballon d'Or will be West Ham for another winnable game at home, losing points and putting themselves in
They
this
had so many
relegation
chances
zone.
as well, man.
Yeah, bro.
Right? Oh my God!
I know. Kelvin's doing a happy dance. Kelvin's doing a happy dance for
He's
sure.
in
Yeah,
shambles.
yeah.
It's in shambles
But
hearing
yeah,
you say this, bro.
Since
Jared Bowen hater.
since Nuno has taken over, it hasn't gone quite according to
Yeah.
plan. And I think their last loss to Fulham, I think it's a big point in the season, especially with the January window coming up.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
West
God.
Ham on my Ballon d'Or, if they don't use that loss to wake up and set things right, they are going down.
Can you imagine West Ham going down? I mean, Kevin has been dreaming of this for a longer time, but never thought, man. Never thought, especially when they were under David Moyes, they were so good and all that, right?
Yeah.
They're quite a stable club. You believe them to be. So that's our Ballon d'Or. So finally, as we've mentioned before, this game week will be the last game week that we will accept new players for the FPL. After that, we're gonna shut down the league. So we're gonna share the code for you guys to join in for the final time of this season. We have a FPL league called the Odd League, and if you're interested to join, we will leave you the code to join the league. At the end of the season, the winner of that league will get you your team's next season's jersey. So do remember to join this week. And after that, if you ask me, Maddie, can you open up the league? No, bitch, I ain't gonna open up the league for you. So this is the last week. So let's review what's been going on. We are almost at the halfway point of the season. As usual, we are the nice guys. So Nitin, what should people do by this week?
You should play if you haven't played all your FPL chips, then you're pretty screwed. You have one more week to do so. So I highly recommend that you do it.
I haven't played. I think I should use it by tonight because I feel like it's going to reset next week, right?
Your
Next week's
timing
game.
also, watch out, another few hours left.
Yeah, the game's at 4:50.
I just wanted to share something controversial about FPL, guys. Damn, I was watching a lot of videos where people are saying, there's a lot of time travelers who play FPL. Who the hell triple captains Dorgu? That is ridiculous. On the first day, you already got like 50 over plus points just on the first match. That is mad. There's some shady things going on here in the FPL, guys. I'm just gonna put it out there first.
What is the theory? Every time.
What theory?
Week,
Come on, there's no.
Every week there's this thing whereby you see some ridiculous player and then they triple captain him.
No, but they fall out the week after, bro. Usually these kind of guys are like it's just for the lols. They just do it for fun.
But
You know,
even
like
for
you will not
fun,
see
Yeah,
how
but
would
you-
you have
every
thought,
week.
Yeah, even for
Dorgu?
fun.
How we have thought Dorgu. So Nitin continues to be the top. This week he has 1,140 points. Shiva Geta is at second.
Yeah.
Isak at this game is on third. So the point tally is not very far off. So with using the chip the right way, you might see yourself go to the top. So Ismam is now fifth, 1096. I'm 2 points behind Ismam.
Creeping in, huh?
Mitran, after all that successful second place holdout, is currently at number 9. He's not looking good for Team CRP. And I
CRP
forgot.
stand for what? You're
You're
muted,
mute.
bro. You're muted.
Sorry. So I
What-
play with my colleagues, right? So basically, we all work together. We all are colleagues. We work together, right? So we choose. For years, we have been playing together, and we choose different components of the blood. So there's one guy WPC, which is white blood cell, and then there's hemoglobin, and then so mine is actually CRP, which is actually an element of the blood that shows you got an infection or inflammation.
Anybody's
So
named HIV?
No, bro, that's a virus.
Anybody's name.
Yeah, so that's the.
Oh,
that's the-
sorry, we forgot. Before I
Kel.
touched on, Kelvin is currently Singapore Leeds FC. Even that he represents. His
Power,
Telegram name,
ah.
I'm not going to share with you guys. His Telegram name also represent Rabah. He's out and out Leeds United supporter. He's currently on 7th. And-
just want to say something.
Mhm.
Up to the 24th position, we still got a chance. So don't give up.
Because Michael is at 23. So
Hey, but I think,
Ah.
right, if you look at it, right, to be honest, right, I played in FPLs where the lead was so far away already.
bro, if you
To be
get like
honest,
if you get a right triple captain,
yeah, I
proper
think you can.
captain,
It's still very open up till I mean the 24th position. Fats. Is it Sir Max Dean? Is on 927 points, guys. Like 900, you're still kind of there. You know, you still
yeah.
one
This
time you
like-
triple captain Dorgu, 100 points settle.
This is like the
Correct.
races for the Champions League position. Nobody is out of it yet. So we will see. Like I mentioned, please join the league. This week is the last time we're
We're
gonna
closing.
invite you guys. After that, we're closing. You don't come and week 20 and say I am the
Oh.
top and then
Yep.
expect a jersey from us. Shopee will be the way we will go. And when we mentioned that we're gonna buy you the jersey, is the original jersey of next season. Don't think we're some cheapskate. We're not making money from this, but we're still gonna buy you the original jersey. And that's another reason you should follow us, because even though we're not making money out of
Net
it, we
loss,
are
bro.
dedicated. We are
It's
dedicated.
a mad
to
net
the
loss,
ball.
bro.
We are dedicated.
Can they
to
choose the
football.
name or anything that they want at the back?
Yeah,
no, it's
sure.
no. It's gonna
Ask,
be a
ask Nitin lah.
plain
Nitin, what you
plain
want?
jersey lah. Plain jersey, then they can do whatever they want with.
They
Ask
do whatever they
Nitin.
want lah.
Nitin
Just
gonna
ask
win it,
Nitin.
what? Just
I
ask
like
Nitin lah, what you
the
want.
next season jersey with UCL winners 26 at the back.
Oh, baik.
Oh yeah, Mithran,
That
this
would
is
be
the
nice
reason.
knowing you, bro.
This is the
That would be
reason.
nice knowing.
This is the
Yeah.
reason why we shouldn't ask them to say what they want. What if
Yeah.
Nitin say put the gold Premier League patch here and then give
Hey,
you
we still got chance mathematically.
yeah, nobody's out until
Correct.
somebody's out. Nobody's out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Alright, with that, we've come to the end of this week. We hope you have
Guys,
had fun with us.
sorry.
Yeah.
Last thing, just wanted to let all the viewers know the Premier League website has actually been very nice, and they've actually released highlights of every game from 2013 to 2014 season all the way to the current season. So if you're interested and there's any game that gives you back nostalgic memories, just go to the
Wow.
Premier League website,
Wow.
type it out there, and you can watch highlights of the game. I just went to watch the Arsenal-Leicester game, the
From,
one that Welbeck scored the last-minute goal. So yeah, just wanted
from
to tell.
2013 to 2013 onwards.
24 Yeah, 2013, 14 onwards.
12 years,
if I'm not wrong.
basically. 12 seasons.
Yeah, yeah.
That's nice, man.
So they-
Good info.
United fans, when did you guys last win the league?
20, the year lah. 2013. It's been 12 years, almost. Yeah, 2013, 2014 lah.
So you guys and myself are the only one can watch highlights of our teams winning. That means.
Wah,
Bro, I give you such
When,
nice information.
Guys,
sorry, bro.
roads-
When
all
until
roads
when you
lead
say
back.
the dates, the
Yeah.
dates until when we can go back and watch the highlights?
13, 14, right? 2013.
13, 14. Alamak, I thought 1960s. Then I couldn't watch.
That's,
Wah, rabak. Self-roast.
so see, we are giving you more information for all football fans. Please subscribe to our channel, YouTube channel. Please like our videos. Please follow us on our socials. And with that, once again, it's been a pleasure. We will catch you guys for the roundup of match week 19 and 20, hopefully. And Happy New Year. It's been a good
Happy
half
New Year,
a
everyone.
season.
Happy New Year,
My
guys.
name is Maddie.
I'm Haikal.
Amish.
I made Happy New Year, guys.
I'm Nitin. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope your team does well. See you next week.
Peace.
Team
Ciao,
does well
boys.
in 2026. So if there's a
Yes,
game that's on
sir.
31st December coming up, we're not wishing you well. You and your team can burn down to the ground. Bye.
Correct.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy
Peace.
New Year.
Ciao,
So,
guys.
guys.